And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show, and this is going to be episode 227. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, we're just going to be chilling with each other, having a good time, just the boys. We're going to potentially, crack open a cold one, drink some beer or soda or whatever you choose to consume. Lunchbox Warren, he chooses to get high to talk to us because that's how he can even stomach being around us actually at all, But if you get
good.
Yeah. So, I always try to make sure that you guys know this. It's just dudes chilling at the end of the day, having a good time. And that's all that matters. I'm the king of the castle over here. I'm the big top G. And then these are all my knights that I have go out and fight my battles for me, and then I participate with them. Honestly,
no? Yeah, we got the implications. No chicks allowed.
Yeah, no chicks. No, I'm not even joking with that. Girls literally ruin every group. Every group I've ever been a part of, girls ruin it. I'm not even joking.
Well, yeah. I mean,
you know who doesn't ruin it though? Emily. Hey, what's up, Emily?
Girls or the skanks you hang out with? Like, what are we talking about?
Okay, they're not skanks. They just have OnlyFans, and it's $5.99. Okay, that's not a skank. That's a whore bag. Okay.
All right. So, I mean, I had a very interesting day today.
All right, we'll start with Labs Comic Fan then. How was your day?
I put in an application, and I got dismissed. Completely dismissed. I tried to become a League of Legends coach, and they said I was way overqualified because 1, I have a wife, 2, a life, 3, a job, and 4, all the other stuff that I do, like breathing and all that. I could not believe it. I could not believe it, man. I got turned away.
So did this actually happen, or is this something that you conjured up in your head?
No, dude. It still hangs in my head from last night where you told me that they have coaches for this goddamn game.
But on the upside, MSK, you seem to qualify for a coach. Have you ever considered?
Oh, yeah.
No, I would rage out at people. If they don't do what I say, I would we'd be fighting in the streets. Because it's not even just League. If you coach people, if they play out what you say to do, then you get all the praise. You're like the best coach. But if they ever do anything bad, you're the person that gets all the blame.
Is this retarded to anybody else but me?
What the he's fucking with me. Whatever. He's trying to troll me.
Is it though? But like when you say you get very look, I'm not making fun of your hobby. That's fine. You play League. That's cool. You like it. But the whole coach thing, dude. And then he was like, "What? Oh, they have analytics or analysts. Teams have analysts.
Yeah, you have to analyze the meta and see what's good. See, you do map rotations. There's plan. There's strategy. There's so much stuff I have to teach you, Grasshopper. You're the Padawan. I'm the Sith Lord around here. I would be a Sith Lord in real life.
Anything that you're the master in and I'm the idiot in, I want no part of. No, I just that threw me off so bad last night.
Is that I just hate you so much.
You like it too. You know you do. You wait for this stuff.
I hate it, man. I hate it, man. This guy Laughs was like, originally, I don't really like trash talk. It's not what I do. Proceeds to trash talk me I was like, finally you get it out of this guy. Finally.
Never. When did I ever say I don't like trash talking?
Oh my God. I'm done. I'm getting a drink. Gray, you talk.
I've never said I don't like trash talking.
Well, no, I think you did, but you were talking about, like trash talking people. I mean, MSK, that doesn't count.
I think but I said I do remember. I don't trash talk people who like movies and stuff that I don't, or stuff like that. But when someone tells me that they have coaches like in a video game that the people already know how to play, could you just imagine the scene? Imagine you're playing and they're like, what I think you should do is go over there. Like, what are they doing?
Just wait till you hear about his Yu-Gi-Oh coach. That dude.
There's no coaches in that. You don't need coaches for that.
No, I won't shit on people for liking something, but I will definitely make fun of situations, for sure.
Goodness gracious. All right, Gray, how was your week?
Get it, though. It's getting better now, but we get it and we agree, Labs. MSK is not people. Uh, you know, nobody died, so it's a hell of an improvement.
That's true.
The sun is shining. I'm enjoying myself, having a good time. Unfortunately, I'm here, but other than that, everything is great.
I just noticed Lunchbox Ward's. And it's even better because topist isn't a word, but it says topist. That's fantastic.
Oh, I'm just having fun.
Well, you guys aren't beating the clout chaser allegations. Just letting you guys know that, you know?
Dude, none of us are chasing that clout. We're here, man. Come on.
Oh, shit. Well, all right. It's good that you're doing great. It's good that you're doing great, Gray. Fucking hell. Your life's so depressing. Fucking hell. Good Lord. Lunchbox Warren's here. He's here to rizz up all the ladies and essentially, get high as he talks to us because we're not that interesting enough based off our own personalities.
I didn't smoke weed until I met you. I was clean with everything, and then I was like, you know what? I need something to make it through these shows. So no, things are going great. I'm about ready to go from 2 jobs to 1, so I'm excited for that.
That's good.
I've been working. My last day off was like last Tuesday, I think. I can't.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
So
did they miss you? Well, did they go throw you a party on your last day, or be like, "Yeah, man"?
I told them not to, but the guy who's the night manager is really, really into being the night manager, and he's like gung ho. He's like, "I'm gonna do something for you for your 4 years of service here." And I was like, "Oh, please don't, man. Just let me leave. just let me go."
It's like, let me continue with my dull, hellish life. You don't need to make it worse.
I'm leaving because I want to.
yeah. This is a very happy occasion for me. We don't need to do any kind of woe is me stuff. But yeah. No, aside from that, though, everything else is going good. Just once I get that wrapped up, then I'll have some more free time to do some other stuff and start getting the comic book stuff back on track. It's been a little bit derailed because both my jobs I've been constantly running. So, but yeah, things are going to get better down here soon.
No, that's good. Like, I mean, people gotta understand when they have the jobs that we have, it's like, you hate doing it, but it pays all the bills. So you're taking like the good with the bad. But it's like, I always tell people this. I'm only doing this for money. I actually don't like any single one of you. We would never hang out in my personal life. I'm like, look at me. I'm way more popular, way more better looking, way more intelligent. I would never hang out with you ever. You have to make that abundantly clear. I don't think people understand that. It's like, I don't go to work to make friends. I'm going there for money. I need food. My bills need to be paid. So, we're not doing this for fun.
I'll make sure to tell the 70-year-old ladies who work during the day. Shit at my gas station. Yeah, I'm smarter than you. I'm better than you, and I don't want to hang out with you. Goodbye, ladies.
Would make for an epic TikTok video. You go viral if you did that. Black guy goes off on 80-year-old white women. Oh my god. Well, a lot of things happen, but it's crazy. I want to do this. Let's kind of have some fun here. Do we really know each other?
Not really. I
don't think so.
Like,
Labs,
honestly, I am pretty much an open book.
Yeah,
I kind of don't like where this is going, MSK. I'm just saying.
I know it sounds like a Diddy party. I know, but it's not. I'm not Diddy. So I know Laps was like, "Hey, I want to come on the show tonight," because usually Laps is not really ever here because he works late. Not works late. He has to get up early for his work. He gets up at like 4 a.m. in the morning. And I swear to God, if anyone ever knocked on my door at 4 a.m., I would murder you. Not joking.
I mean, they don't knock on my door. I just come down to the computer over here. See this mic here? That's how I can talk to the work people.
Good Lord, man.
But at least I'm surrounded by my stuff. So I'm always like, and like I had my coffee cup still here. So that was there from this morning. So
have you ever had it where like you hit your drink over and it's spilled on your desk?
No, I don't keep it near the desk.
Okay.
Because for that reason specifically.
It's crazy. All of us have YouTube channels that we somewhat kind of upload on whenever.
You upload more in a week than I have in 2 years.
Wait, MSK, you've got a YouTube channel?
That's crazy. It's kind of
Yeah,
what we're.
I don't upload to mine. I have like less than 10 followers.
I
That sounds so
I mean,
depressing.
I am making a video. I am in like for the first time in a few months. I will have 2 videos coming out. So there's that.
Also, you know,
Oh,
I
yeah.
always tell people this: just do it if you want to do it as a hobby. But if you ever want to put more into it, you know, that's never a bad thing. You just got to figure out what are you super passionate about that makes you want to do content more. You know, like, you know, when people start doing YouTube, they kind of do it because like they see other bigger people doing it and they think it's easy. And then when you start doing it, you're like, wait a minute, this is a whole new world. It's so much different creating actual content than actually being the viewer of said content, you know?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I never thought, me personally, I never thought it was going to be easy. I think for me, it was the getting the right equipment. Cause like I went through like 20 different microphones until I was finally like, okay, that sounds good. Like a good camera, stuff like that. But I did it basically just cause I wanted to. There was never like, me personally, I never did it to like make money. Cause I would have had to like have a huge following to make more than I make normally, but not saying that could ever not happen. But I also, my goal was get like 500 subscribers. And whenever I did a live show that like 5 to 10 people would show up and we could talk about stuff. That was my goal, to be honest. Like that was it. So, I mean, I'm not even there.
Mine's never changed. I only did this just to have fun. People still can't wrap their head around that when I tell them that, why do you do it? I just like having fun. I just enjoy talking about the things that I talk about. I saw when the first people I ever saw doing this was someone in Yu-Gi-Oh! Called Asian Eyes White Dragon. And then when I go to my friend's house, his mom would watch Ben Shapiro.
The first thing you looked up on YouTube?
No. It was where like I didn't know you could sub to people. I would just watch videos. I know what a subscription was. I was like, what the fuck's a subscription? I thought you had to pay for that. And then I'm into Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot. So he was the first like Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber that I would watch. I was like, oh, I can go on a camera and just talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Sounds fucking awesome. I know a lot about that. And then I go to like my friend's house. His mom would watch like Ben Shapiro. And I just thought it was really cool that you could just get on a microphone and just talk about the things that you love so much, you know? Mm-hmm. And then eventually, I don't know, my mom passed away and I was just fucking really depressed and sad. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. And ever since then, since October 15th, 2015, I've been doing this.
I can respect that, but I can also say that is actually, I'm being honest, MSK, that is the most coherent thing that you have ever said to me. And I'm not joking. I'm being dead serious. That right there was more like
I think that could have been the smartest choice that
I'm not being mean. I'm just saying like because you said like, do we really know each other, right? Well, with you, I'm just being honest. You say so much things that I don't need. Like, I seriously sometimes wonder like how you walk around and not like fumble yourself into a different dimension. Like,
I've been in a different dimension, dude. I've been on the internet looking at my computer screen for 15 years. My brain is fried.
So like,
there's plenty of fumbling.
Yeah. So, you know,
Will, what's up, buddy? I'm passionate about X-rated romance content. You mean like 50 Shades of Grey kind of stuff? You mean like the woman books that they're like this books that are women are really interested in, like X-rated sex? I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about, but I could be wrong.
Like those novels my mom used to read, where
or still maybe reads
shirtless muscle man on the cover with a woman, like Passions of Garnardia or some bullshit.
Achieving, not as much as your bountiful bosoms, my lady.
Art thou lady, would you love to protest my life? Like, what the who? No one speaks like that. No one's ever spoken like that. Someone just made
the
that
guys
shit
that
up.
that get laid in books do.
Yeah.
They definitely do.
What you had saw though, like if you want to make money at this, you really can't chase trends. You really can't even be a drama farmer when you're first starting out. You have to make stuff that you enjoy to make, because you're going to be making it for a long time without making any money. So you might as well enjoy doing it. I've learned that with comics. It's like, you're not going to go out there and be a huge success. You just have to keep making comics. You got to keep getting better. And and you have to do it for for the enjoyment of doing it, because you're not going to, if your goal set out is to be able to live off of it, good fucking luck. YouTube, game streaming, comic books, whatever it is, it's going to take a lot of work, and you're going to get a lot of no money's going to come along for a long time before you really get into it and figure everything out. So
to add to your thing, I was doing YouTube on my previous big YouTube channel when it was the previous system, and I didn't even know you could make money right off the bat. When I found out you could make money, I was like, really? That's pretty cool. I was doing it. I probably had made like 400 videos deep by that point when I realized, oh, you can make money off this. That was never the intention. I just wanted to talk about my favorite things. That's all I really cared about. The channel's monetized. I'll probably be a YouTube partner in a little bit, in a week or two, when they give me that confirmation. But even if I ever lost the monetization, I would still do this because I don't care about making the money. I make enough money already. The amount of money you make off doing this, it's like fucking hell. You might get like $150 if you're doing it really consistently. And like $150 is like nothing. Like that maybe pays like your phone bill. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe get you some food.
Just
You're
depends
start an
on how
OnlyFans or something like
big your
those
channel
lines.
is. I mean, my buddy's wife does a channel, and she makes pretty good money on it.
Yeah. Like she probably has like what, 60K, 70K subs probably. Also now it just depends on watch time.
I think she has like 30,000 people. She makes pretty good money.
Yeah, it all just depends now because they changed the whole system back then. It's all based off watch time. If you have a lot of people watching the video, not just watching 30 seconds, not just watching a minute, if they're watching a good 3-5 minutes of your video, you're good. Yeah, you can make a lot of money. Like the YouTubers that you watch that are big, that you've been watching forever, you watch their whole video, you know how much money you get if someone watches your whole video, oh my God, and imagine that's 30,000 people watching and views constantly. You make a lot of money.
She does
super chats, all sorts of
super chats. Yeah,
she does penny shopping videos. Like she'll go out and like to like different dollar store, different places, and she'll literally like every time I go over to his house, like the garage, it's like I'm walking into a Dollar General. There's like so much shit, and she'd be like, "I got 17,000 things, and I paid a penny," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I had a landlord who was into that stuff, and it's like an addiction. She was just like, her whole garage was filled up with like toilet paper and shampoo bottles, and she's like, "Yeah, I got all of this for 4 cents, and I got this for $1." Yeah,
I farm boredom. What, Will? You're not boring. Stop it.
You are the right place, Will.
Pamela Henderson is the only reason MSK has clauses.
Calluses.
I don't. Wow.
Nasquack.
See, this is the thing. I have girls that can literally just aggressively jerk me off if I wanted that, but I don't because I'm a professional and I hold myself with high esteem and I have no shame actually. So
did the girls just make a cameo when you lifted your hands up like that?
He's got one of those sex dolls with kung fu grip.
Palma and Jill.
Remember, it's like that Family episode where the fucking mayor married his hand. God, Adam West. Like that. Hey, Adam West, fantastic character in Family Guy. I was to say, we have an all-star group tonight, and they're +1 MSK. What? Fucking hell!
No, they got a point. It could be better.
Oh my God, man! Holy shit! My son just got monetized. That's awesome.
Yeah, nice job.
Awesome.
No one will pay for your. First of all, if I did OnlyFans, girls would pay for it because I'm hot, rich, and good looking. Second of all, I wouldn't do it because I'm not literally a loser.
He's gonna start Taint magazine. Did you ever see that skit from Mr. Show?
Yes, it's so good.
That's it. I put that in one of my videos for no reason because it was I was making fun of the Lord of the Rings because they kept talking about the taint in the land, and I was like, "Oh, this reminds me of." And I just put the whole thing in there. I didn't give a shit.
One sec. I always watch these streams with a stopwatch next to me to make sure I don't watch long enough for MSK to get monetized. That's not how that. I don't. Fuck it, you guys and your. I want you guys to go back to school and read about life.
You have the best chat ever.
I think
This chat
I
is
would
awesome.
love to take that course. MSK, is that one you teach? Life.
I'm gonna open up a school called MSK's House of Ideas, and we're gonna just make a college, and I'm gonna actually make you guys rich and get you guys
It's just
jobs.
gonna be a door that leads to a frame of a house. Nothing there. Just like,
But your school is going to be called House. Why though? Can you name
God.
another school that has the word house in it?
Or it could be MSK Industries, and we manufacture dildos.
that I would believe.
No,
Yeah,
I've
That
never
I can
used
believe.
them.
I can
but,
see
you
a
know,
dildo company sponsoring this show.
Good Lord, I have standards. I would say no. I
mean,
barely make like 150 to 200, but I'm not monetized yet. Yeah, also channel memberships can help out too. I had a lot of channel members back in the day too, but I lost.
You can make money before monetization. They
Yeah,
have a
yeah, you
big money
can.
count thing before you get monetized.
So like now,
YouTube
if you
still
get
hate the
500
long
subs,
form?
you can get super chats. Because like before, they made it even easier. So before it was you had to get 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subs, then you get the ads and the super chats. Now it's you get 500 subs, you get 3,000 watch hours, you can get the super chats, and people can donate to you. So I mean, it's an easier barrier to entry, but getting 1,000 subs is really not that hard unless if you literally just drop a video a week that's really well done. I guarantee you, if you have a good thumbnail with it, you'll pop off. All you need is really just a good
short
thumbnail.
videos. Do they still want short videos on the algorithm, or does it change? Or
I've never actually did a short, but shorts do help. That because they mostly advertise videos that you already did, and people are into that. I personally don't like doing them, but if you were to do them, that they work.
I'm very unlikable. So I mean, there's there's that. I have what people have told me is a very punchable face.
And
so when
white
I
rage.
talk, people like to, in real life, that's how usually things happen for me.
Oh my God, this
doesn't really bother me though.
I'd rather a passive. What, Will? Are you talking? Will, did you do crack tonight, buddy? Oh my God. As long as you turn it off the moment he says we're about to wrap up, you're solid. That's like 90% of the stream. Lies. It's lies. See, I have to give that guy clout. I give everyone clout here. Good Lord, man. I don't have a blow-up doll. I have sex with real women. I have professional sex with them. I know how to please them. It's just how that works, honestly.
He said professional sex.
That means he pays them.
What?
Yeah, they're pros.
They're pros, yeah.
If you take MSK's course, you'll end up in a box begging for change. I'm not going to take your money and not invest it.
No, see, MSK would fuck you up so bad you wouldn't even know how to beg for change. You'd be begging for like dog biscuits or something.
Oh God,
that's what satisfies.
Did you know what Kai Cenat's been talking about? Kai Cenat, that crazy black guy. He's been saying he wants to open up a school for streaming, like to make content creators.
Who is Kai Cenat?
Oh, I forgot you're old. You're not in this world. You know.
No. Well, if you explain to me who is he?
You never heard of ISO?
I do know who I have heard of him. Yes, I've seen him before.
It's essentially.
Oh, wait! Is that the little dude? The real little guy?
Yeah, the black guy with the long hair.
Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I told you I'm terrible with name. I'm terrible with name. I do know who that guy is. Yes.
It's so crazy how
I saw him at the NBA All-Star game for some reason.
We don't talk about that. That was terrible. That was garbage.
For some reason he was there. I don't know why.
I don't know either. Oh, because he was doing a publicity stunt to get into the NBA or whatever else.
Well, he was at the celebrity All-Star game, and when he came out, like I'm being dead serious, I was like, who the fuck is that? Like, why are you here?
Dude, Pokimane was at the fucking Grammys, and it's like,
all right, so you're losing me, dude. Like fucking Charizard, or
no? It's a play on Pokemon, obviously, but it's like her name is Iman, so her name is Pokemon.
All right, fuck that.
Oh my God,
I'm done.
I don't know any of these people. If you put a gun to my head and said "point out Pokimane," I'd be like, just fucking shoot me. I have no idea what's going on.
Patreon and Cash App is the way to go. That's true. If anyone, you can always donate like super chat form, but people get super chats. YouTube takes like 30%. So if you donated $100 to someone, they're getting like what 70 of that. I think it's how it works. So it's more direct if you donate on like PayPal or Cash App or Patreon. But professional sex, because he pays. No, it's not true. Mike has bad news. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Smash JT has a punchable face. I'm not getting into that.
I just gotta say, he's got nothing on MSK. If there's one guy with a punchable face, it's MSK.
I heard MSK courses are what they teach at Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah. Well, now that they can't waterboard, they're looking for different kinds of torture. So
Yeah, they just make a
it works.
show.
Laps is the only one with clout. What? No way. No way. Good Lord. I hate all you guys. No, it's just, I don't know. We'll see how the rest of the year pans out. I have very high hopes for the rest of this year, honestly. This Saturday, pending on how tired I am from work, I'm probably going to go out and see Sinners, and we'll do an open spoiler discussion for that probably on Monday, because Gray's on for Monday anyway. I don't know if Will's watched it, because Will is going to be our featured guest on Monday. Will Screedy, you guys saw in the chat. I don't know if he saw it, but it's all just pending I go and see it. If I don't see it, I'll let you guys know. We change the topic, obviously. But
we're assuming you won't see it. It's cinema.
Is that a challenge? Is this challenge day? Do you
just
protest against the master here, sir?
No, Warren's awesome. I'm not gonna protest against Warren at all.
See, he's rizzier than you.
Yeah, I'm the toppest G.
How long are you streaming? I don't know. Probably maybe a couple hours. Some of these guys have to dip in a little bit, so we'll see how it goes. Laps is old. He has to go to bed. Warren's old. He has to go to bed. Gray just has
all right,
me.
I'll stay if you pay me what my job pays me.
Well, see.
All right.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
We'll see me at a
black person paying a white person. Do you see how
now
that
you're
works?
black in this scenario? For the first time, he's black in a scenario. It came down to money. That's what it is.
Soon as money was involved.
Could you imagine a world like that? A black person giving a white person money? What the holy fuck? Holy shit, man. But no, I did end up meeting Cyfax at the meetup. He was way more buffer and taller than I realized. And I was like, I'm never fighting this guy. This guy beat me up, honestly.
Why would you think about fighting Cyfax?
No, we were always joking about beating each other up. And it's that meme on the... Have you seen that meme on the internet where it's like, if you have a girl and the guy she told you not to worry about, yeah, I'm the guy she told you not to worry about. Because I'm
no, you're the guy that nobody is worried about. But no, like I think Cyfax wasn't joking with you. He kept telling you he's going to kick your ass. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, he even uses the white person lingo. I have black friends, and I'm like, this guy fits in perfectly.
Eric the Guapo keeps getting you, dude. He just Eric Chiming.
Okay, that's one. We got one. All right. Let's see if we can get 10. Let's see. I did. Okay, so people know I have talked to some of the people that worked at the Riververse, and I've even met some people that work for the company, like at the meetups and stuff like that. It's so weird how they called some of the employees racist, and it's like, guys, know the boss is. I'd heard black. Okay, so if someone was racist, I don't know why they bother working for a black guy. Just crazy. Or like, remember a few years back, comic book fans thought people were so racist. They thought that like white supremacists were in the community. And I was like, wait. Klan members going to comic book stores. What are they buying? Like Black Panther omnibuses? Like, guys, white Klan members, the last thing on their mind is buying comic books.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Did you not hear about
I don't
that?
think he even knows at this point.
No, I swear. A few years back, there was like a bunch of these people that were like had this white supremacist Klan member boogeyman in their head, and they're like, we have to expel all the white supremacists out of the community. It's like, first of all, I'm pretty sure anyone from that is never reading a comic book. Like comic books, literally, guys, are for losers and nerds.
So you got to think like what those people think are white supremacists, though.
Exactly.
That's
people,
the thing.
The people saying that think that everyone that doesn't agree with them is a white supremacist.
Right, yeah.
So,
it's like,
you know what I mean?
I don't get
all
it.
Republicans and conservatives are racist. So then that's
want
it out of the community. And essentially, there's a lot of those that were anti-CGers. Like they would be like, we want anyone who thinks like them or anyone who's around them. We want them gone. And then he started attacking people who hung out with them, people who had them on their shows, people who would just like their comments. You had these psychopaths going through your past history, trying to find out if you were adjacent to some of these people.
It's definitely a hive mind,
Yeah.
And it's a very weak hive mind, because like you said, they'll go back through anything to find out if you've made a terrible comment. That's like one of the first, when I made my channel, because it was during the height of all this. I even said, dude, I have said horrible things, horrible things. And I mean, what do you want me to do? Go back in time and smack myself? Like, what am I supposed to do? Not exist anymore? Like, fuck. I don't even care.
I just don't get it. Like, I want people to understand, comic books have a very finite audience. Like, it's very small. If you really think about it, nobody that's in a clan is like sitting thinking to themselves, you know what? I'm gonna go out and talk to some nerds at a comic book stop about hating black people. That's never gonna happen. That's never happened. That is never gonna happen. You go outside and interact with actual human beings. Like, people are literally scared of most random things that are never happening. Like, like the new thing on Twitter is like everyone thinks everything's a psyop. It's like, not everything's a psyop. Some things are just happening because, they just happen. Don't know how that works, Like, I'm just the man, like I always am. There's no psyop behind me.
That's a psyop.
Yeah,
poor one. Poor psyop.
Oh, God.
Its agent needs
Justice
retraining.
number 6. Yeah, could you imagine a white supremacist reading a Black Panther comic book? It's like, I really like this. I really like that.
I mean, I think I don't think about these things that much. I
never did.
Maybe, I'm just saying, maybe it's I don't know. I don't really like spend a lot of time on X and stuff like that. So or hey, what's up, dude?
What's going on? What's going on, guys? I was watching. I was just watching through YouTube, and I realized the panel wasn't white enough, and I was like, look, I can join. I can help. I can help this problem.
Right. Hey, we now have 4 white. I have 3 white guys, 4 white guys, and a light skinned black guy,
and a jar of mustard. Yes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Goodness
We're
gracious.
doing better now.
Doing a little bit better. Yeah. Just had to up the. Well, actually, I guess lower the melanin, but. Right on. What are the topics here, man?
Topics.
If you notice, Marketside fresh organic bananas, always the topic of MSK show.
Of course. How could I forget?
Yes. I'm just saying, the only fruit that's good is an orange and a banana. The fruits are garbage. Like, they taste like shit. I don't know why people like eating them in general, besides them being good for you. I don't deep throat bananas. I'm not gay. But
strawberries are pretty good, especially
like
if you combine them with bananas and then you make a
women?
smoothie out of them. That shit's
okay. I thought you guys meant women as strawberries. You mean like actual strawberries?
Right. Because you were talking about fruits.
No, we weren't making metaphors or anything. Yeah. They were just literally talking about the fruits, and not gay people. Like,
not those fruits.
Oh God, goodness gracious! Like, you guys don't eat grapes because you don't like black people. Obviously, making a metaphor for racism, obviously.
I mean, we didn't even bring it up, man. Why you got to throw that in the conversation? What are you doing? No.
How is that even a metaphor?
I mean,
Gray, what am I paying you for?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, you got me there. I just turned down the brightness on my
bagel
screen.
amount of money. Yes.
I'll be honest. I told people this. If I ever blew up and got that big, I would pay people, honestly, because I would want to pay you till you want.
Oh yeah, I mean, like a lot of those channels, even like say like Nerderotic, so obviously he gets 10,000, maybe sometimes 15,000 people watching his Friday night streams, the Friday Night Tights or whatever. But originally, when shows like that all start, you don't pay people anything. But if all of a sudden your thing takes off, I absolutely pay those people if you can if you have the access to the funds to do so. But
I'm not paying
most people just do all this stuff for free, and if you're lucky to get monetized and maybe make some money on Cash App or Patreon, then you're like, if I only make $20, I'm not going to sit there and give 8 of it away to everybody on. And I mean, dude, that barely covers my lunch, man. What the fuck?
I'd ask if they took.
Nobody
checks.
expects payment from MSK either. I mean, has anyone tried to cash one of those checks?
If I don't make money on this, no one else is. That's how it works. Because if I'm poor, we're gonna be poor together. We can all see. I look at it like this. It's the model that anime uses. It's about the friends you made along the way. That's how it works.
Yeah, MSK uses like the train station, like New York subway style, where one person pays, but everyone jumps in at the same time. So you only have to pay one time, but you can get like 10 friends in if you just use the turnstile just right. Like,
I've never been good at those.
Oh, but dude, I wanted
you
to
need
ask
to learn
you.
how to jump better.
Dude, I wanted to ask you, since I had a chance to talk to you since the meetup, because at the meetup I was getting all the girls. They were like obviously hitting on me.
Clearly, yeah, they're just all over you. I wasn't able to talk to you at all, except for every time I walked up to you. But yeah, besides that,
by yourself in the corner of the bar.
Like all the girls were hugging on me. I mean, I'll be honest with you, man. The girls that I hugged, they were so soft. Because I don't really get a chance to interact with women a lot. The boobs
we're aware.
Boobs that I was able to actually hit. Well, some of those girls had very giant boobs, and I was like, wow, these feel absolutely amazing. Holy shit.
Yeah, half of those were dudes, by the way. Like, there's some very big dudes that go to those meetups.
Definitely, they were not dudes. They were full. These were women through and through. And I'll say older women always do it best. Younger women are like whatever, but older women they know how to do it really well. Like the MILFs, they know how to ride better. Man, I've had so much sex with women at this point.
Well, meeting like Jen Saska or whatever, that was cool. That was cool that she was there.
She was really soft.
I mean, about 2 years before this meetup, when like the Rippaverse was just starting or whatever, he went down to San Diego Comic-Con, and Chris was doing a panel down there. And because I know Chris, he got me a free pass to go to Comic-Con, and I got to meet Eric July and a couple of the team members.
Wait, you met a black guy? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Like he's shorter in person, but I mean I'm only 6 foot, so I mean, but at the same time, there's plenty of times where I'm the tallest dude in the room sometimes, even at 6 foot. But I mean, if you meet people like I don't know, Craig from side scrollers, that dude's like 6'5" or 6'3". That guy's tall as fuck.
People think crazy. I'm short. I'm 5'9". You saw me. I'm little about as tall as all the other guys. I'm little, tall, dark, handsome. Obviously,
yeah, you're like average height of you're like average height over there for the I don't know, the people who are see, what do you want to call them? The fellowship. It's like the fellowship has like
he does. Seem
fellowship
like
might have a height problem.
Kind of like a photo thing.
I'm not a short king. I literally have. I mean,
no, more like a short jester.
No. Oh, goodness gracious! I went to that strip club. That girl was doing things to me I didn't even know were possible. She made me touch her. I was getting molested. Like, what could I do, man?
Like you didn't know
when she was doing things you didn't think were possible. Like
you didn't understand, like being able to talk to them and then also touch them. Like wow, like must have blown your mind. Like,
we didn't have a
like. I can't believe I got to see
24 years
at the strip club.
I'm just saying
it was amazing.
Like no, because outside of the married guys
dance
here,
for money. Have you heard about this?
I didn't know that you could pick one. No one told me you could pick one. Like if I would choose the black one.
She dry humps you for a song or two if they're really nice. But
like
yeah, that's how it works.
Outside of the married guys here, Laps is married and Gray's married. Like us single guys, we don't really get women talking to us all the time. So when you have moments like that, it's like, oh
you
wow, this is kind of fun.
Yourself on that one. Like I don't know what the fuck you're doing, but
I thought we were in this together.
I don't know. I'm a 6 foot white dude with blue eyes, and like I'm 36 and I'm not fully gray yet. So I mean, like I'm not gonna lie, things are not that bad. So I don't know what you're going through.
Yeah, man. I didn't know you could just pick one, like in a buffet. Like I want the taco one, I want the black one, or I want the vanilla one. Like.
It is a store of naked women.
That is true. Man, I think we had a decent
if you go on
connection.
Tuesdays, it's like Taco Tuesday, and it means something way different there.
Strip clubs is what OnlyFans was before OnlyFans. Now it's all digital. But
all of them have OnlyFans.
You'd have to go to.
All of them will have that.
Of course they do. That's how you keep in track with their schedule to show up every week and give them money. They like the return customers. Strippers love that stuff.
That girl is a freak, man. Good Lord. We didn't have a connection. but I could like talk to her like a normal human being for
You
like
sound
the
like
fake.
the dude that like
Well,
went to the
they
strip
are
club
people.
for the first time ever.
Yeah,
And
they
like
are.
got hung up on
Is
like,
that
dude,
just your first
she was
time
like-
like talking to a woman? Like, what are you doing, dude?
dude, she like
strippers
sat next to me,
are
dude.
people.
She actually sat
Crazy.
on my crotch, and I was like, "Wow, this is
It's like
great."
I could actually smell her perfume, and it wasn't from 10 feet away like normal. This is weird. Like,
Yeah, it smelled perfume. It wasn't pepper spray.
Just not
This
used
is
to all
great.
that eye contact, are you? Just normally you're watching.
No, she sat on my fucking I almost said hamstring. She sat on my fucking hell.
Your
The-
lap.
your legs,
My
like,
legs.
Convinced you were
Yes.
saying hamster.
your lap for
Brought your
a,
hamster
I don't know.
to the
Like at a
titty
strip
bar?
club, you might have heard this thing called a lap dance. Did you want to use that word? Like, Jesus.
Yeah, she was sitting literally on my hamstring, and fucking, my leg. I was getting restless leg syndrome, and then I was like, we had to readjust, and she sat on my crotch, and I was like, wow, this feels pretty good. Women feel pretty good, honestly. You know.
What a
Wow.
concept. It's
Were you
almost
converted
like,
then?
it's
Or are
almost
you
like
still
men and
retired?
women
Yeah.
were made for each other. It's wild. It's
Yes.
What?
Do you like women now?
I retired from women.
not
Actually.
gay no more.
No,
Yeah,
I was
ain't
never.
no gay no more.
I was never slinging cock. I just retired from women for a little
No,
bit.
you're definitely the catcher.
Wow. I'm just saying, I retired, but I was like, you know what? After going to a strip club, I think I had a mind-blowing epiphany. Might want to
What's
get
that?
back into the women market again.
She epiffed on you?
What'd
That's-
that cost you?
Yeah, they're not
100?
supposed to do that.
120?
They're not supposed to do that at all.
No,
You
she
slip
looked,
her 100 should do a lot more than that.
she looked great without her clothes on. I mean, looked pretty good, honestly.
That's that. Yeah, they're supposed to.
Also, me and Laps talked about this yesterday about girls and guys being friends based on like intentions with guys mostly. Can guys and girls really be friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would normally see yes until I don't know, fucked all those chicks, and now we're not friends anymore. But I mean, I might have ruined other friendships through that. But yeah, that was in my 20s. I think I'm better now. I got it out of my system, if you get me. Like, life happens. It's all good. But for the most part, yes. I just think maybe when you're older, like when you get to like your 30s and stuff, it makes it's a lot easier. When you're in your 20s, it's kind of like, yeah, we're friends for a reason. And the reason is I'm trying to fuck you when that guy dumps you. Like,
from like
that's
16
that's the reason.
until 30. That is 100% true.
Yeah. After 30, you're like, okay, I can calm down a little bit.
Oh,
let me
okay. I can
relax.
figure this
Yeah.
out.
Once you
I
have
don't know,
like
I had a lot of friends that were chicks, but I don't know.
Yeah, so did I. And
I mean, I didn't
Well-
try to like have sex with any of them, but I mean,
see, that's the good
That was-
intentions. That's good.
I'm
We're
not,
not like
saying that I am a good person. That is not in any way what I'm saying. I'm just saying like most of them were like my friends' girlfriends, and I have one friend who's a girl that I've known for a very
well, yeah,
long time.
those chicks are great. Like when it's your friend's girlfriend or whatever, it's like, okay, yeah, no, I can be friends with you when we randomly hang out and you randomly happen to be around him too. Okay, that's fine. But when that's not the case, sometimes I don't know.
Yeah, like I wouldn't be friends
The
with
natural
like
order takes over, and you're just like, I probably want to bone this chick. Unless, I'm sorry, ladies, sorry, the random ones out there. Unless you're ugly as fuck, then yes, you can absolutely be friends with that chick.
like I wouldn't be friends with like someone's wife. That is weird, you know. That I think that like if your wife wants to be friends with another guy, all of a sudden randomly it's like one of your friends. That's
Super sketchy.
Red flag. Red flag.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, but for me, I don't know. Women, I don't really trust women. I think they have just generally bad intentions for many things. But whenever you do find a good one, it's like, man, it's like a needle in a haystack kind of thing. You know? It's like, damn. Right, Gray? You found me, and we can now love each other.
No, thanks. I'm good, man.
Gray has his own mustard jar to be able to stick himself into. He doesn't need you for
True.
it.
Oh, God, where
And
he
he
should
can
be
even
Catalina.
he is like the mystique of like mustard jars. It can change into whatever he wants. He has the capabilities. So
Oh,
he
forgot.
doesn't need to.
You just turned 37 on Saturday.
Hey.
Me? No, I turned 36. So I'm on the wrong
36.
side of 30. Yes.
Okay.
I'm on the wrong side of life and the wrong side of 30.
How was your
Everything
birthday?
hurts.
Wish
How
I
was
was
your
36
How was your
again.
birthday? Did you get laid?
That'd
Did
been
you,
awesome.
It was fun. I ended up having I went to a fundraiser for like a family friend who had a bad heart surgery. Like the heart surgery kind of went wrong. He ended up losing all his fingers and his toes. And so they like I tried to do a birthday stream with also helping to raise money for the fundraiser. And so I went to the fundraiser and then I did the stream afterwards. And so I wasn't planning on that. I just wanted to have a fun drinking stream. And I was like, okay, let's do the fun games and all that. But I also have to talk about this because I just learned about it like 3 days before that stream happened. And I don't know. Their family's always been good to me. So why not shout it out and see if we can make them some extra money? I think we raised like an extra 150, close to 200 for them.
Nice.
On top of making some money towards the drinking stream. So it went, I would say it was pretty successful for how small my channel is.
That's
So
awesome.
that was fun. Yeah.
That's good.
Good stuff.
You know?
Good stuff for a good cause, you know? Right on.
Yeah, I'm just.
Heck yeah.
I was like, damn, I got to get this guy some girls on his show. You know, I was like, I can just give him all my female contacts and have them go over there and give you some clout.
Well, who knows? I usually, even when I do my live streams or whatever, I kind of just leave it open for people. Like if people want to jump on, all you got to do is ask. You just got to hit me up on Twitter and just be like, hey, what's up? Or follow back. And I don't know, I've been doing like 5 to 6 hour streams sometimes just because random people just keep cycling in, and I'll just keep talking. You know, it's like, hey, let's keep this going, and it's cool to hear from everybody in the chat. You know, because it's also you don't got to pay, like, you know, some of these channels that do. You know, I'll read your chat for $20 or something.
Oh, and yeah,
I mean that's fine. That's fine when you have like 20 or when you have like I don't know, 50,000 subscribers and stuff like that, you can probably get away with stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't yet. I don't know if I ever will, but, you know, so it's a good way for people to be able to jump on. If you got a mic, go ahead and jump on and we talk about whatever the topics are, and you can speak your piece. So,
did you see Thunderbolts? I think you saw Thunderbolts. Did you overall enjoy it?
Not really. Like I would say it's like a 5 out of 10 at best. 5 out of 10, and just because it was just mediocre. It's literally like if you've seen the trailers, you've seen the movie, and it's a perfect example of something like that. To where if you've seen the 2 main trailers that are out there, you have seen the whole movie. There's nothing surprising in it. Nothing happens in it to where you're like, wow, I didn't see that coming. No, you saw the whole movie. So it like I wish there was something a lot more interesting, but there just simply wasn't. So,
well, all you now have is Fantastic Four left. So, also Warren, didn't you? I think you said you were gonna go watch Thunderbolts this week, right?
Yeah, I was if I had any time, but I didn't. So,
don't worry, man. You always have next week. Don't worry. Oh God, Gray. You saw Thunderbolts. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than Sci-Fax, but not by much. Just when compared to like the last 5, I think it might be towards the top of those. But yeah, I don't know. I guess they're trying something new with the whole renaming thing. So we'll see how that works out. We're gonna have like 3 sets of Avengers in the near future, so
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that'll get people coming back to actually watch some team movies or something.
Like-
But
like
we'll see.
I can agree with that. Like this is one of the better ones that they've done outside of stuff like Deadpool and Wolverine, even though that's kind of like a Sony thing, but like it's like half and half.
Yeah.
But outside of that and Spider-Man, like this is better than like Shang-Chi or Eternals or something like that. It beats those out, no problem. But I mean that's not a high bar.
You got we can't forget Doctor Strange too, man. What a high bar that's supposed to clear.
I mean, even if you want to throw that one in there, at least Doctor Strange 2, the first weekend did $450 million. So even though overall, like I don't care for that movie, I mean, I gotta give it praise for doing the amount of money that it did, and it was kind of crazy. But this movie's not going to come anywhere freaking close. Like it's not going to have the legs that like even Guardians 3, because Guardians 3 started kind of weak. And then but it had legs. So all of a sudden, like, almost a month and a half later, people are still going and watching that movie. And all of a sudden it got over it was somewhere over 700, maybe it hit somewhere close to 8, but
I think it was like 800, something like that. Yeah.
It was either like high 700s or low 800s. But like it started out kind of slower because of stuff like Doctor Strange's Multiverse of Madness. Like people were hyping that up because it's the next Marvel movie since the last one. But then that's when everything started to tank really hard. And then Thunderbolts, I don't think is going to do that. Like
I think Thunderbolts will hit what Captain America did. I think it's going to hit like $400 million.
It'll be close. It'll be close. But I'm not expecting it to. I don't expect it to clear 500 at all.
I only knew a little bit about Sentry. Honestly, the only thing I knew about Sentry was the Void, and he was mentally ill, kinda, and he fought the Hulk. I was never.
I mean,
I don't know.
If you're going off of like the J Lee and like that, I mean he looked right. I'll say that he looked like how he looks in the comic books, but like I don't think they're ever really worried about being comic book accurate anymore. I think they're just like doing things
they don't even try
the things inside of their universe, and like kind of what I was saying. Like for me, the movie was fine except the last like 20 minutes. I could not stand that last 20 minutes. It bothered me. Even as like me putting aside I get it. Like they're never gonna make movies for me ever again in the sense of making it comic book accurate. It's never gonna happen. And the closest I could say was like when they did Civil War. Like, can you compare it to the comic books? Yes, it's nothing really like it, but it has the spirit of that movie or that comic book in it. They did the best with what they had, the character wise. But this was just like there's no Thunderbolts in the Thunderbolts movie, so they're gonna have to do whatever. But they could have named this any random team.
Yeah, it didn't matter. Yeah, it had like the name didn't have any meaning behind it. It's literally a joke throughout the whole movie. It's literally based off a soccer team that she had in Russia. Like that's the joke for 2 freaking hours of the movie.
Well,
and then it gets renamed. That's why I had the asterisk at the end of it.
Yeah, I could not stand that last 20 minutes. Like, for me personally, like everything up until that point, I was fine with. I was like, okay, this is fun. But like I said, I'm not good at judging movies. Like I've admitted that I don't give a shit about movies. I like the comic books. I can go read those. The movies, like after they just started making such garbage, I was just like, you know what, dude, fuck these things. These are stupid.
You just start naturally tuning out. And,
right.
The only thing I've ever known about Sentry was actually from a Venom comic book, which was the King in Black when Noel gets introduced.
Right.
And like if you read that one at the very beginning, literally with the first like couple pages, Null shows up and he literally rips Sentry in half.
Yeah.
That's like the second or third page of the damn book. And I was like, oh, I didn't know about this character all that much. And people were like, that's their Superman. And I'm like, well, Null just literally ripped him in half. So I guess screw Superman. He's out on the Marvel side.
He's like he's like their version of Superman with like psionic powers and stuff.
Yeah, he was like controlling people, like he was throwing people around with it, like telekinesis and stuff.
Say like Hyperion is more a real Superman allegory, but he is just another.
He's just another version of that.
Yeah, he's just another version of it. So
one thing I thought was interesting was that this is another loss for Marvel. Like, even a film that's probably, this is the best audience score and critical score of a Marvel film has had in a long time, and it's just still not bringing people out. And is it just people have lost so much faith that even if Fantastic Four is good, will it keep it from making $1 billion?
I ripped Century in half.
Oh yeah.
So for me, the way I thought about it
somewhere too. I have to go find it. But,
so for me, this is what I've been saying for years in my videos. If you do many movies in a franchise and they're not good compared to how people think of the other movies, and keep in mind, I also always say the first 3 phases had really bad movies in those phases too, but you had some really great, the great ones outshine the really bad ones. There have been, to be honest here, outside of like insert movie here, there haven't been many good ones they've released. And if you release enough bad movies in a row, Marvel would end up like DC. Their franchise is going to go the way of the DCU. People are going to literally at some point not care that they even exist. They're going to make some money. Like overall, they'll still make like $400 million max potentially. But unless it's something that's really just knocking it out of the park, like an IP that people really know and care about, they're just not. They need
to slash the budget for these movies, because like whenever you do that, you have to make something good. Like when Iron Man was first made, like they were like, we're gonna test the waters here after they did Hulk. It wasn't like the biggest budgeted thing, so they had to do everything to make it good. And it feels like when you're putting so much money into these movies and it's just the same after the same after the same after the same thing, I don't care as an audience member. And I mean, I should be. I mean, look, I should be the motherfucker who cares about these movies, but I just don't.
That's crazy.
I just don't. I mean, I don't know what they could do to fix the issue. I don't know.
There's one thing that you could do. The only way to fix it is
start over.
You
could start over and actually stick to the story, stick to the freaking source material.
They would need to make a series of 5 to 10 movies in a row that are basically good to great to convince people to go back, because people are so convinced from the streak of bad movies, they're not going back. They'd rather just wait.
They're not going to hit that lightning in a bottle of having those actors though, that everybody was like, oh my god, like this, he fit Captain America so well. He is Iron Man. How many people were saying he is Iron Man?
Hemsworth looks exactly like Thor, and you're like, that's what I believe to be Thor to look like,
right? Without making him a goddamn joke, yeah, exactly. You're right.
Yeah, and or he goes on a 4-movie journey that every single movie or every journey that he goes on is literally just the same journey, which is I need to find myself.
That was the same thing.
All four movies were the exact same. Just
that's the same thing that I had a criticism for the Thunderbolts was like the story is like redemption, and it's like, okay, as linear as that is, it's not that it's bad holistically, but we've seen that before. Every character has that in their universe. They start off a bad guy and they have a redemption arc. That's not new anymore.
Yes, it is not. It is not new. It's for where they were going. I understand why they're doing it. Doesn't mean that I like that situation. Like put it this way, even though people are complaining about how they became Avengers, which I am, if they didn't redeem themselves and they were just Avengers, people would, it's just so bad and so messed up that because they wanted to, how whenever they took over,
they wanted
Amazon,
a cheap pop.
Right. Amazon, when they took over Lord of the Rings and they did Rings of Power, right? They didn't want to tell Lord of the Rings stories. They did not want to tell Tolkien stories. They wanted to tell their own story with that IP. And that's what they're doing now. Like, they want to tell their own stories. They don't want to tell the stories that were written. And I understand that you can't put, page for page, everything in there. But if you can't put like 5 things that actually happen in that run and interconnect those ideas, you're just telling what you want to do. That's
like what Marvel originally did, which was with all the movies, and then they all combine into like an Avengers movie, and then all of a sudden you get something like Infinity War that actually connects the first 2 phases, and it's massive and epic, and it all kind of actually it makes sense. It's like that's one hell of a feat. You know, that's pretty goddamn amazing that they're able to pull that off. And then like some people I understand maybe do not like Endgame as much as Infinity War. Like I like it.
I go back and forth on them both. They both
But
have their
it's like,
big issues. Yeah.
Even if I watch Infinity War, I feel like, okay, I'm going to definitely watch Endgame because it gives you the conclusion, whatever.
Yeah.
But when they're doing big connected stories like that, to be able to interweave them and actually it still makes sense, the characters are interacting properly with each other based on the previous movies, that's great. And now right now, what are they doing? They're doing Doomsday. Like, none of these freaking characters know each other. We're not going to get any of this. Like, Fantastic Four is like supposed to lay down like all of the groundwork for a whole Avengers movie, basically, kind of on its own, with one little snippet from Thunderbolts. It's not gonna be that great. I'm sorry, it's just not. Like, it'll be cool to see characters that you like. You know, you'll be able to see Galactus, you'll be able to see Doomsday, and stuff like that, or Doctor Doom. I mean, you'll be able to see Doctor Doom. But just like, other than that, is anyone looking forward to it in the way that like even like Age of Ultron or whatever? It's like, you could look at those Avengers movie and it's like there was connective tissue there before. Right now, there's nothing. There's nothing to go off of. So who's looking forward to it? Like,
or the other thing to go over is, like, you know, I said this when me and Laps did our, I guess, review of it. You know, I think their movies could go the way this one does. You do a full popcorn movie that doesn't really have like a general story there, and it's either character-based story, which, you know, or they go back to what they're doing before. Like, this is what I said. Either you do it this way to convince people that you can bring fun back into their movies, because the way they're doing with it before was, yeah, I'll take this over Thor: Love and Thunder. Whatever they were trying with that, no, you need to take that out back and shoot that in the head with a shotgun. Honestly, that was not a good idea. You know, that's the way that I would say it. Like, I had fun with it, but it's a movie where you just turn your brain off, and it's like
Love and Thunder. That was the one with Gore, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, dude! Like, and that run, The God of Thunder by Jason Aaron is actually really good.
Yeah. I've never read it. All I heard was good things about it, and then I tried to watch the movie, and I couldn't even make it through the movie.
It's cool, man. They made a new villain, and he was awesome, and like, you know, the God Butcher like arc and the God Bomb arc was great. It was awesome. I thought it was, and then like what we got on screen, I was just like, what?
Yeah, one problem Marvel has that I've noticed too is that they're trying, every movie they put out recently, they're very desperate and they want a home run. And the problem is you can't take these characters like the Thunderbolts or the new Avengers and then throw them and try to create, you know, top tier. Like, you need to put them in a story that's more appropriate for their size. Just watching the trailers, I was like, this is just like the first Suicide Squad movie. A team of misfits is brought together, and then they have to face one of their team members who is like this omniscient, all-powerful, godlike character. And just like with the Suicide Squad, none of the characters on that team really were god tier killing type kind of characters. Like Amanda Waller's like saying,
this just like team is people.
Yeah, like this team is I'm assembling a team to take on an evil Superman. So you got Harley Quinn, Dead. You know, it's like, it just kind of feels like the same thing
you
here.
Get a bunch of regular people who are trying to go up against like a god tier type of thing, and Sentry is way more overpowered than everybody. That's why even leading up to it, when I like the couple streams I was talking about it on, like the only character that would seem possible to be able to defeat someone like Sentry would have been Ghost, because she can do the phasing thing. So she'd be able to phase into his body, like maybe grab his heart and be like, you need to stop or some shit. And they didn't even do that. And I was like, that's your one character. That's kind of your ace in the whole character. Yeah. And she just got fucking backhanded. Like, but
to be fair, it was fun to see them have the power scaling on the way that we thought about it going in, because I wouldn't want to see like fucking Yelena's character beating him up, because that wouldn't have made sense. It was very clear that she couldn't even fight US Agent. Honestly, she was getting thrown around. And to be fair, I would have had sex with Florence Pugh. I'm pretty sure she would do it too, because she likes probably like black guys, you know. But there is something I wanted to talk about really quickly, is barring a Thunderbolt. I mean, like I said before,
man, let's go.
As for I'm that was my opinion about it. I kind of took it as just like a Fast and Furious movie. You just kind of turn your brain off. You just go with the ride, and it was enjoyable, I guess, barring.
I thought like it was like I said, up until that last like 20 minutes where I was just like, no, dude, no.
Like it was overall like it's fine. I don't know if I could go out of my way to recommend it to people, like especially if you're just a Marvel fan and you haven't seen one in a while. I would be like, this is probably not the one to watch. I mean, it's not going to be as bad as something like Shang-Chi or freaking Eternals or something. But I mean, you're talking about 3s, 4s, and 5s in a scale of like 1 to 10 type of deal. And it's like, like I guess this one's the best of them, but that doesn't mean shit when it's still not great. Like there's still barely okay Marvel movies that are better than this. Like.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? People were putting this in the top 10. I was like, that's definitely recency bias. This is definitely not top 10.
No, not even.
This is debatably like 15th, 15 to 20th range, maybe.
What do they have? Was this the 36th or 37th?
This is the 36th movie, yeah.
It's in the bottom
15. It's somewhere between 15 and 25, somewhere around there. I would have to look at all of them again and then do a whole different scale, but yeah.
But anyway, MSK guys, I gotta go to bed. I gotta be up in 4 hours. So
yeah, man, it was good seeing you, dude.
Woohoo, work.
Hey man, good to talk to you, dude. Thanks.
Nice meeting you, man.
Well, I didn't say you guys could talk. I didn't approve of that.
Well,
by the way, fuck MSK. No,
good night, Warren.
Now we're on the same team.
Night Labs, always a pleasure.
Good night, man.
Good night, guys.
Peace out, dude.
See you next week, man. Disney CEO Bob Iger says Thunderbolts is the first and best example of Marvel's new focus on quality over quantity. He says, and I quote, by consolidating a bit and having Marvel focus much more on their films, we believe that will result in better quality. Because if people forget, they had this big interview with Bob Iger, I think when the Marvels dropped around that month, a week before. And remember, it was the article where the headline was, the MCU is set to tone down their release of content in the years coming up. Remember, it was basically like they're only going to do like one show and like 3 movies a year compared to what they were pumping out from 2021 till now. And it's like, I think this is a step in the right direction, but I wouldn't call this the quality you were releasing many years ago. I think that's a little crazy, honestly.
I don't know if I'd call it a step in the right direction. Maybe it's like a minor skip. You know, they're man, here we go. Like we're playing hopscotch towards the goal, but or some shit. But I mean, I get it. A lot of people are like, the movie's fine. Like it's not a hard watch. It's not like when you're watching it, you're just like, this is fucking cringe inducing. You're just racking your freaking fingers through your hair and like, what the hell am I seeing right now? This is crazy. No, it's okay, but that's not the movie that Marvel needs right now. Marvel needs an absolute win. Like they need something that is just, when you see it, you're just like, yeah, how people say online, like Marvel's back. And I mean, they say that every time a new Marvel anything drops, Agatha drops, Marvel's back. That shitty Spider-Man cartoon, Marvel's back. Whatever,
Everyone forgot about that,
stuff.
Remember? That your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man came out, just went, no one even give a fuck about that.
Nope, no one even talks about it anymore. And they were like, it was peak cinema, guys. And it's like, no, it clearly wasn't, because nobody
did it all the time. It was so peak, man. It's like, if everything's peak, then
nothing's
not. Yeah. Fucking hell, Dan.
Well, I don't know if Marvel has it in them. I think they'd have to, like, if I heard that they fired Feige and they did some restructuring and we had like a new direction and a new chief and a new idea, I would probably be more confident in that. But I don't think with the current setup, I don't think they have the capabilities anymore. I don't, even if you want to look at the first, before pre-Endgame, the best Marvel stuff was Gunn and the Russo brothers. So it's like, if you look at it as a whole, they got lucky that they had a couple good creators help them get their whole deal on track, because it was faltering there for a bit during the first couple phases. So I don't know if they have that in them. I mean, like you said earlier, Slifax, like what's the like why does anyone want to watch Doomsday? Well, the only hype that they have for it is that they brought back RDJ and the Russo brothers. They have nothing storyline wise, pre-movie, character wise to have us care. And one of the reasons why Infinity War worked so well is because there was 10 years of movies before it that's made it so that we cared about these characters, and these characters were
you have backstory on every character you're
Yeah.
seeing, and it's like that's interesting, cool. And not only that, but all the characters, the way that when they interact with each other and stuff, they still sound like they're characters from the movies that you saw them in.
Yeah.
So they have backstory, they have filler things that they can be talking about. They can joke here, they can do whatever, and the jokes actually work because those characters know each other. You're about to get like a Doomsday movie with Fantastic Four characters who are going to have all of one movie, and then you're going to have the Thunderbolts characters, which a lot of them are basically from Disney Plus shows, you know. And it's like all these characters
Don't
going to be
forget about Young
interacting.
Avengers.
Well, maybe they'll do that, but I don't think, and I don't even know if that's on the docket anymore. I think that got canceled. But it's like, other than that, the rest of the year we have Ironheart, and then we have Wonder Man.
I was gonna say we got
those going to be
coming out.
Yeah, like
you get Riri, you get Kate Bishop, and then they're doing the Vision Quest show, which I think is all going to lead to getting the other kid. So I think they're going with Young Avengers.
Lead to me never watching any more Marvel shit ever again is what's going to happen with
Marvel doesn't see it's crazy is Marvel doesn't have the faith in its audience anymore to pull off something that's that, you know, without you. It better be good, because you're not going to be able to pull it off because the faith is already low. Everyone expects you to fail. There's not many people who are. No one's really hyped. And it's like no one's hyped for Ironheart. I forgot Wonder Man was coming out, you know, and it's like I get to watch. I don't even know who the Avengers are now. I know Sam Wilson, but who are the other Avengers? And it's just like I don't
just
see
the reveal. Even if you like Thunderbolts, this movie with the reveal of it unveiled how desperate they were and how much shit they put themselves in. Because before Doomsday, we were saying like, okay, you're having an Avengers movie, and Avengers movies might do good just because it says Avengers in the title. But it's like, who is the team in this? And they panicked at the last minute, like, okay, we got to have an Avengers team before these movies come out because it's a team you have to root for. And they just were like, okay, you guys can be the new Avengers. And it's like, but these are supposed to be the Thunderbolts. So they had no faith that these characters could be their own team outside of the Avengers, that they had to give them the Avengers titles to make them feel a lot more important. And it's like, if you don't have faith in them, then why should I? You didn't have faith they could be their own different team.
Well, the team's composed of 3 moderately semi-super soldiers, kind of like mid-super soldiers.
2 of them are from Black Widow, Red
yeah,
Guardian,
and then we've got a ninja Russian chick, and then we've got a chick who phases through shit. That's not a great. I mean, we don't have one. Not even one of them can fucking fly. Like, I mean, like this is like a C team for to be called an Avengers team. Like, they don't even have a super. Their one super powered guy turns into a shadow monster and tries to kill everybody. So it's like, I don't know. There's so many characters that they could have introduced. There's like, you could have gone with Nova. You could have. I mean, there's just so many stuff. So many ways they could have gone, and it really feels like that they're just throwing shit at the wall, and I don't. It feels like there's no plan. Like there's no like the Sentry turned New York City into a shadow. Where's Daredevil? Where's Hulk? Where's Spider-Man? We're in a connected universe, but then when an entire city gets taken over by a Superman,
to be fair, the reason why I didn't expect
no one else is around.
They established that around Winter Soldier, and you're thinking like, even, and I love Winter Soldier. I think it's one of their best movies. But even in a situation like that, you would think like Iron Man would come out and help Steve if this is a situation happening with like Hydra, right? They've already established in their movies years ago that even if big events like that happen, other Avengers aren't coming. Like, why didn't Doctor Strange go and fucking stop Wanda when she had a whole town under control? Because he knew it was happening.
He was supposed to, and then Kevin Feige thought that having a male character come in and save the day was a bad look, so they wrote him out. He was actually going to be in the finale of WandaVision, but they didn't want to bring in a white male character to save the day. That was a quote from Kevin Feige about.
I'll be right back. I'm listening, but I'll be right back.
But so it's like they're trying to create a connected universe, but they're doing it with what feels like no plan. This feels just like the new.
Do you remember the Mephisto stuff? Remember all the fans are like, "Yeah, Mephisto's gonna come," and then the writer revealed he didn't even know who the fuck that was, and it's like,
yeah,
wow,
it's all these catfish deals. Like they did that in the WandaVision. They're all like, "Oh, I have a friend who's an astronomer," or like they clued in that it was going to be Mr. Fantastic or someone along those lines, and then it was like nobody. They just like, "Oh, we were just bullshit." Yeah, don't worry about it. It's just. I thought they could have used this team and they could have done a much more grounded, down-to-earth story for less money, kind of like what James Gunn did with Suicide Squad, where it's like it's off in its own deal. We know why no one showed up because it was kind of a Black Ops team. They could have done something like that with these characters and put them in more of a Winter Soldier type kind of situation. But instead, they're trying to hit a home run with everything they do. And when you're trying to do that, it's like, you're trying to make blockbuster movies with characters that weren't really made to be blockbuster movie characters. You can make great movies with them, but you got to put them in a setting that fits the characters, not put them in a setting where I'm trying to figure out, what's Elena going to do? She's a Black Widow, and don't get me wrong, Black Widow was an Avenger, but she wasn't taking down Superman level threats. Even the fight scene with the Thunderbolts, he just pretty much easily handled them, and I guess they beat him with the power of friendship. So it's like, okay, yeah, I get that that's a better ending than what happened with Suicide Squad, but at the same time, though, we're going to go into Doomsday movie, or the Doomsday movie with no idea who the real Avenger team is. We got the new Avenger team. We've got the Fox X-Men, and I think. Chris
James
Hemsworth
Marsden to come back.
Yeah, yeah, James Marsden and
I didn't mind
those.
those reveals, but James Marsden Cyclops was terrible, guys. He was trash.
Well, it's probably going to be I doubt he's going to be like the Cyclops going on. I think they're going to introduce another like 616 universe team of X-Men. This is more for nostalgia, and they're trying to create hype because they don't want. You don't bring back the Russo brothers. You don't bring back RDJ. You don't bring back the Fox X-Men. You don't do any of this stuff unless you're trying to desperately bring hype and bring back your audience. They're trying to duplicate what they did with Deadpool and Wolverine, and they're trying to do that on Avengers scale, and they're bringing back all the big guns. We're going to bring back Robert Downey Jr. There's so many rumors that they're going to bring back Chris Evans and essentially have like a dark Avengers team with like evil multiverse variants. There's been a lot of like stuff dropping about that. I don't know if that's true or not, but there's been stuff popping up on TikTok and on Twitter. So yeah, they're throwing shit at the wall right now because I think they're in a kind of a desperate state.
Or even Thor. Like, this is what I even told you about the MCU previously, is that when you knew at one point when you watched the original Avengers movie that they're going to move on from the team eventually, just how that works, just in general, that you have no real face of the franchise. And I think having no face of the franchise is what really hurts them, because like people would watch these because they really enjoyed one character, and then the other movies' characters would benefit from that. Now you have a point where you have no face of the franchise, and you're trying to convince people these other kind of side characters that only really shine when you add another better character next to them can be this main person. And the main people that they had that they could have chosen to do it, Spider-Man could have been the face of their franchise. Spider-Man literally is the face of Marvel. That didn't happen. They pretty much treated that character like absolute garbage. Like if you're looking at Civil War and No Way Home, it's like the best Spider-Man MCU stuff. His first Homecoming movie was not that good. Far From Home is, God, that's bad. And then he was really not that useful in the Avengers movies, Infinity War and Endgame. Thor, he was turned into a joke, so you burnt that bridge.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman sadly died. Doctor Strange isn't that kind of character. He could have been if you kind of wrote it a certain way, but didn't do that.
There's no reason why War Machine shouldn't have been in Brave New World.
Yeah.
There's no reason why Thor shouldn't show up in more of these movies. Like Thor lost two of his best friends. like the trio. He lost 2 of them in this cataclysmic event. So to see him just kind of like hanging out around Sam Wilson because, hey, I don't have anywhere else to go. I need to, I need some direction right now. Or they could have had these older Avenger characters that are still alive and have them interacting with these newer ones and then trying to create more hype and build around them. War Machine helping out with Captain America movie. Bucky should have played a bigger role in it. They should have been building support systems to help try to lift up these new versions, like Sam Wilson's Captain America, or along those lines. Like a Spider-Man should be fucking showing up in everything. They should have Tom Holland working his fucking ass
Yeah, they
off.
can't even use Kingpin. Vincent D'Onofrio said you won't see him in any movies. You can see him in shows because of rights, and it's all complicated and all that. So it's crazy they can't even use their main actual face of their franchise, because Spider-Man's rights are all tied up at Sony, and they barely let them do No Way Home. And I know they're gonna do. Sony's only letting Marvel do Brand New Day is because No Way Home made that much money. Keep in mind, people forget they almost didn't do No Way Home at one point.
Yeah, and like having a a movie like this just drop, Thunderbolts or whatever, and then I believe at the end they're in New York. Are they in New York there? I'm pretty sure they're in New York at the end of Thunderbolts. And it's like to not have characters like Daredevil, which that was the series that just came out it ended about a week, maybe 2 weeks before this movie dropped. To not have that character there, like not have Spider-Man there, like there's Big Dame. Oh yeah, no, it'll ruin them even more. But at the same time, those are questions that at least in like some of the older movies they would kind of address. Like it would always be some throwaway, probably shitty line. It's like why is Jane not there on the in the Thor movie? She's like, oh, she's in Africa, and it's like, okay, fine, there you go. But at least you kind of at least acknowledged it, and it's like, okay, whatever. It's just a throwaway whatever line. But it's like, why aren't we seeing Spider-Man? Why aren't we seeing Daredevil? Why, like, especially someone like Daredevil, or at least maybe see him running around in the background, like trying to be like, people are disappearing. Let's figure this shit out.
This was during his lawyer phase.
Where's
he's not Daredevil?
Maybe.
Yeah. Where's Smart Hulk? Shit, where's She-Hulk for that matter? I mean, they could. There's no reason why, if they already got these actors in here, if they're going to put the money in, and they're going to do this anyways, and try to create a connected universe, use these characters to help boost.
Somebody just said Doctor Strange, perfect example. He's in New York, or there's one portal that goes to that spot in New York, whatever. But still, where the hell is he at? What
the Void is literally blacking out all of New York, and you're telling me that it's just. You understand, because this is how comic books work. Like, not every single character interacts with everyone's books. That's just how it works. But in movies, the reason why that's less believable is because you've seen the other movies in the same location for so long. You would just assume, just based off being in the same vicinity, they would help each other. It's just...
Well, not just that, but then you have random movies that come out that are called like The Avengers, and they all meet up and they can clearly interact with each other in that same world. It's not like not everything is on its own thing. Everyone is clearly in the same world. They talk to each other. They team up together. So when you do stuff like that, it starts becoming a lot more unbelievable when you're seeing stuff. And it's like, why the fuck is this guy not here? Why aren't you here, man?
Well,
like
you're
down the block, dude. You're down the block. What are you doing? Like, just swing your happy ass over here and start helping me out, dude. Like, what's going on?
I mean, in the comics, they had like Avengers West Coast and everything. That is where US Agent kind of got to be. So I don't know. I have a feeling they're kind of move that way, but it is weird that they put the new Avengers in the old Avengers tower, but the old Avengers are not using
stuff like Brave New World. Like that was set in like DC, right? So at like the capital, and it's like, the DC is not freaking New York. I'm sure maybe he could get over there if he tried, but he's like, I'll be there in like 3 hours or something, Like he's like, let me jump on the plane and then I'll swing, and then like they even made fun of it in one of the Spider-Man movies where it's like there's nothing for him to actually grab onto, so he's just like booking it through a park. He's like, what am I supposed to do, man? There's nothing for me to swing on. Like,
but so like Strange, he's got a sling ring. Like that dude could be anywhere.
Strange has no reason to not be there.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even have him
Right.
in WandaVision. Wanda literally took over an entire town.
Hey,
or a
his
city.
cape was there. His cape flew in at the end.
He was like, "You took over Westview." She was like, and so wait, you knew that? He just let the people. Oh, holy shit! This guy, what an asshole! He just let the people be enslaved.
Dude, he's trying to learn the mystic arts. Come on, it takes time. Is that chicken?
No, I'm not black. So I don't know. We'll see how it works.
Probably ribs again. Is it the $5 ribs from Ralph's?
I love ribs. Don't even try. But if I went to Fruitful right now and got them, they'd probably all be gone because people buy those ribs. There's a long rack for $20. Oh my god, I could eat that for like a few days. So good. I love putting meat in my mouth. Fucking great.
Now, to be more accurate, he likes to suck the meat off the bone and do it slow, like Dwayne the Rock Johnson in that what was that movie where he does it? He just like eats the whole chicken like right off of it.
I think we should
be cool or whatever.
We should do that scene in The Other Guys where it's the aim for the bushes and it's just Disney's face and it's just fucking Marvel's face just jumping off.
Yeah,
oh, God.
You do that and then you clip it into that new game. Where was it called? Like a Split Faction or whatever, where they just go off a beltway or they go off a slide right into a meat grinder. Like you just combine those two clips.
I mean, that's the only thing that they can do is that they need to make good movies and a lot of them in a row to convince people that they can get you back to theaters because they made so many bad movies in a row. People don't have faith. And I said this years ago before I even had a podcast where I said, if they ever get into a scenario where they make a lot of really bad movies in a row, like 5, 6, 7 of them, people will check out. It's just how the average person works. When a franchise, any franchise, not just Marvel, when any franchise makes this amount of bad movies in a row, people just tune out. Like, is that
how many good ones in a row do they have to make to get that goodwill back?
You need at least 5, at the very minimum 5, maybe 3. If I'll be generous, you might need 3. But then again,
I don't know if they got that in them. Like when you look at the last 5, I don't know if I'd.
What was their last 5?
A couple that are slightly better than the others, but man, I don't think they have 5 good ones.
I think the only financial success that they've had in this has been Deadpool Wolverine, isn't it?
And No Way
Home. Yeah, and the Spider-Man.
That's only half of them.
That was a Sony thing.
And Sony gets more.
But I'm seeing reports right now of Thor 5 is apparently in the works.
Yeah,
Chris Hemsworth reportedly wants Sam Hargrave from Extraction to direct the movie. I mean, it's just rumored right now, but I don't know. I'm just
is anyone
right now.
champing at the bit to go see Thor 5? Like, I don't know, man.
Absolutely.
They've had 1.5 good Thor movies.
I
don't know, man. Like, look at Star Wars. I didn't hate the kids one. Now I'm forgetting whatever the hell they called that thing.
Skeleton Crew,
Andor's.
right?
Thank you, Skeleton Crew. I didn't hate it. I'm all into those like coming of age 80s like kids adventure movies. That totally worked for me. I understand it's not for everybody. Nobody cared. Nobody's going over to see that. It had like abysmal viewing. And then Andor, to me, it feels like it's way up there in quality, especially compared to a lot of the other shit. Nobody cares. I don't know how many good things they need to do to get anyone enthused, but man, they've done so much damage to all these IPs.
It's in the comics too. Like, it's not just their comics are the same way.
Yeah.
Like, you actually buy like some of the newer comics and whatnot, and like so you review them and whatnot, but it's like. I mean, I don't hear it. I never see something that's just like this comic is going to save anything, whether it's from you or whoever else is reviewing comics from some of the people I follow. It's just like, I never see one time where someone's like, this, you need to read this. This is amazing. I haven't seen that.
The only thing I'm vouching for is Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine. Those I'd vouch for. Ultimate Spider-Man is really, really good. It's actually very good.
Yeah.
But like, I expect Spider-Man to be good because they put
one or two comics out of like probably they're dropping.
They release
25 a week. Yeah,
they have 80 titles. They currently
so 20 a week then.
No shit, you couldn't pay me to read 20 Marvel comics a week. I'd kill myself. I'm done.
I don't know. Like, It all depends how well Superman does. But I honestly think if you get yourself in much of a rut, you need to have an entire leadership change like what DC did. Now, if Superman works and if Supergirl works, and then they're going to take off. Then it would be it's like you almost have to have a ground up reboot, because once you've lost this much faith, I don't know how many good movies. I don't think there is a number, because I don't think you can ever really rebuild that back. I think that every bad project makes the next project a little bit less successful. Like I worry for Fantastic Four, because even Thunderbolts, which is like 95 on Rotten Tomato audience score, like a 90 something audience or a critic score. I'm not sure what the updated one is, but it was started out really strong, and it's not going to clear 500 million. I mean, these,
because that's why I said they have enough fans that their movies could still do at the very minimum $400 million. So it still shows that people are still I think personally, I'm just going off guessing here, people still think that they'll get back to their highs that they were at before. But the only way to convince people of that is unless you make good movies in a row. But there have been so many people that have just checked out. How do you convince the people that have checked out to come back?
That's telling them that everyone that was there that made them checked out is gone.
Because the only people watching these movies now are just diehards. That's it. Only just diehard people are watching these now at this point. You know?
Yeah, or people like me who have like a movie pass to where I can see now the movie pass, sure, it costs $3 more, but I can see up to 4 movies a week. I'm barely watching 2 of them, so fuck that extra $3. But anyways, other than people like me that are out there, or people who are doing this for a reason, like, you know, making videos and stuff, so many people are just not watching this stuff. They'll be like, oh, I can wait a month. Like, you know, water cooler talk kind of isn't a thing anymore. You know, like people aren't sitting around at the water cooler or your lunch tables or whatever at your work and like shooting a shit on whatever the new Sopranos episode is anymore, or Game of Thrones, or whatever the last couple big ones were. Like, people are simply not doing that. They're not talking about the new movies. They'll just wait. They'll just simply wait because they're paying for the service already. And it's like, it'll be here in about a month and, you know, a month and a half, because that's how quick some of these turnover rates are on some of these movies. So who cares? You know, they don't like, and I mean, I totally understand. The only, like I said, the only reason I'm even watching them when they come out is because I have the movie pass, and then also I do videos and stuff on them. Other than that, I'd be checked out too. So I completely understand.
Yeah, I was going to show you guys this in a minute. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was going to say, like, if you have a restaurant and they just start serving shitty food, and everyone in the town knows that the food there is terrible, they're going to have to get new ownership. They're going to have to get new cooks. They're going to have to get a new image to bring people back in, because that name gets associated with shitty food. Marvel right now and Disney all together is associated with shitty food. Like, Disney hasn't had a success in a while. So in any of their stuff, their independent franchises, their Pixar stuff, their live action remakes. I mean, I think Stitch is going to be a big winner for them, but Lilo and Stitch. But they've got a lot of misses, and I think they just need to have a lot of big shakeups. They need to create some more hype. They got to do some reboots.
It's their random couple wins that they get. Something like Lilo and Stitch will probably do well. A lot of people even are liking the trailers for stuff like that. Like, that looks like that'll probably be a win. Fantastic Four is up in the air because it has to battle against freaking Superman and Jurassic Park in the same month. That's stupid. Like, I think that's stupid for all 3 of those movies. They should have spaced them out. One should have came out in June, one should have came out in July, and then put the other one out in August or whatever.
Yeah, because August is the month where kids will go back to school and it's dead. August would be the perfect
right
month
before
for Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Fantastic Four should have fit right into August, but now they all just want to battle against each other, and now you're taking away from each one of those movies. And then, I mean, if you even look at like what a typical tickets are for like a family of 4, and this is with no popcorn or anything. Actually, let's go ahead and add popcorn and drinks into it. You're looking at, for a family of 4, $150 to $200, like $150 to $200 for a family of 4 to go, and you have popcorn, you got drinks, maybe a couple snacks, whatever. You're looking 150 to 200. You can do that 3 times in 1 month. And then you also have 4th of July that happens very early in the
We'll
month.
spend a lot of money on that. We know that for sure.
So you're looking just for that month alone to see if you were a family that likes to go to the movies, you're looking close to probably $800 to $1,000 just for that month. And when you say that number out loud to people, it's like, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Like that doesn't sound like what I'm doing in my July. But there might be a couple of people that do that, but it's crazy. Like that number, it sounds insane for a family of 4, and like less than a month before that, you just went to see Lilo and Stitch, so that's another 200 just for 4 movies. You're looking at close to $1,200, maybe $1,500, depending on how much you're actually spending when you go there.
Yeah.
That when you start looking at numbers like that, people are like, I'm not going to this. I'm not doing this. This is ridiculous.
And
like
that's when streaming
that's
comes
not
into
plausible
play.
for a lot of families out there.
Do you know what's crazy? Before streaming actually hit and became this big thing that it is now, where people actually use it as an option to weigh if they're going to go to the theaters, before movies became as bad as they were, people didn't even really care streaming was a thing. Streaming was like a secondary maybe option for a lot of people. But then once movies and shows became as not as good as they are, people just went, you know what? Oh, use streaming now to use it as a measurement of like, okay, is this worth the money, time, and investment I need to actually go to watch something, And it's understandable too, like Bob Chapek didn't value those Pixar movies when he just put them all on streaming. He basically told the families, yeah, you don't have to go watch this in the movies. Just watch them at home. We don't value these either. We don't value the theatrical experience either. So fuck you, families.
So Willis Critia says the average person goes to movies 3 times a year. I go to like 3 movies sometimes in a week, but I mean, it's all for free. Family. Well, it's not for free. I pay. Well, now it's $28 a month, but it's like for $28.
Is that really true?
I can see 4 movies. I can see 4 movies a week. So for me, that's not a problem. No. I don't have that. And also, even before I go to the movies, like I'll go to Ralph's or something, and I'll go get some snacks for like $1.20, $1.50, and I'll load up my pockets, and I'm like, okay, now I got my M&Ms or Skittles or whatever the hell I'm feeling like eating for that night, and I'm just like, here we go. Who cares?
So here was the movies in Phase 4. Look at all its quality. So yeah, Black Widow started it off. That was just not good. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Egg Rolls. That was like all right, I guess. I thought this was okay, but it was not. It was just meh. It was fine, I guess. Eternals. That's the worst. This is the worst movie they've ever released. This movie is fucking horseshit. This was good. This is not good. This is the second worst MCU movie ever made, beside this one. I never saw this because I didn't like that they didn't recast T'Challa. So that's my opinion on that. And I also don't support black people. This is horse shit. This was really awful. This movie is terrible. Guardians 3, I didn't watch this. Wait, Guardians 3 came out in Phase 4. They have this wrong, actually. Wait, did Guardians 3 come out in Phase 5? That's okay. I might be right, honestly. The Marvels, didn't watch this. Didn't care for Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel was really bad. That movie is terrible. This was fun. This is fun. This is a fun. This is what I would put in this, like the Fast and Furious quality for them. That would be what you would call this. And well, we saw this, and that was yikes. So, how many movies we have here? How many did I say were actually good? 2 of them.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man movie, and then Deadpool, Wolverine, and both of those things are like they're only loosely associated. Like I guess now Disney owns freaking Fox or whatever. So and I mean that's a pretty recent thing. But I have a feeling that movie was written way before they purchased.
They've been producing Deadpool 3 for a while. It was they started production on that like after the second one left the theater. So
I mean, there's definitely jokes in the movie that are more up to date. You know, like hey, like that's like they're talking shit about Marvel, like. So I mean that's a lot more recent than probably when they originally wrote some of that stuff. But other than that, it actually doesn't have much rewatch value. Like once you've seen the fun clips of like Blade and Gambit and stuff like that, jumping into the scenes or whatever. Like that's cool. That's fun. It's cool to watch them do their slow motion walk-in scenes, and you're like, oh shit, we're about to see some stuff with these characters we haven't seen in a while. And then some of it was fan casted bullshit. But once you've seen it the one time, it doesn't hit the same when you try to I've tried to rewatch it again with a
yeah. The problem with the movie is
movie's
always
still
been the story.
fine.
It's the story. A lot of the stories in these movies
It's
aren't
not good.
Yeah, even Thunderbolts. I don't think Thunderbolts even has a story really. The story is really not there. You're mostly just watching these for the fucking wow moment. So how many movies is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of the last 12 movies, we said 2 of them were good. That's a terrible record.
What's in phase 6?
If you went 2-12 in any type of tournament in sports, nobody is betting on your team, man. Nobody's doing that shit.
That's what LeBron just went. That's his record in his playoffs the last few years, 2-12. Good job, Marvel. You have now became LeBron. So phase 6, this is so far what phase 6 has. Fantastic Four, both Avengers movies, and Spider-Man 4.
Oh, that is not.
And Shang-Chi director gets to direct Spider-Man 4 because
why not?
Just why not? Because they canceled Shang-Chi 2. He was like, no, Shang-Chi 2 is going to happen.
It's probably because no other director wants to work with them because they've seen what the hell their movies have been doing lately. And they're like, I'm good. I'd rather go do an independent movie.
I'm not even counting the TV shows because if we're going to count the TV shows, let me see. I'll go and look at the shows. Let's see. Yeah, television series. What are
that changes so much because they keep on canceling shit because they're doing terrible. So
okay, so I'm gonna go look up the shows really quickly. Part of phase
you got
4.
Wonder Man, you got Ironheart. Supposedly we're getting X-Men 97 season 2, but we'll see.
Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man season 2.
That's what the world needs right now.
Exactly. Stop the madness. Hell yeah, we need another season of that. What if 2 more seasons? That first season was awful. Outside of
She-Hulk season 2. Let's get that.
Unless they rename the next season What If Marvel Was Good? I don't think anyone's interested.
Yeah. Obviously it's money, but it's like one of those things where it's just like you look at that, how much, because it's not even just the fact that those movies out of those 12, none of those even really brought in profit for them. Most of those were bombs too. If you really look at all of them, all those movies essentially, outside of Spider-Man and Deadpool, those movies all failed because people say, what about Doctor Strange? They lied about their budgets. 4 of those movies, we know for sure they lied about the budget. They were much higher than what they reported. Doctor Strange, for sure, the number of Doctor Strange looks impressive, but the budget and the amount of money they spent on marketing and what the actual budget was, no, that didn't make profit. All those movies debatably broke even and or lost money. And it's like, Marvel, what are you doing? Who is running this company now?
Well, and I understand the whole corporations care about money, but the thing is, though, is they're losing billions and billions of dollars. So they obviously care about something enough that they're not looking at realistically trying to fix what their problems are. Because there's no reason why there's no reason why Kathleen Kennedy and that crew should have been able to destroy the IP of Star Wars as much as it has, if they really cared about money. Because, what was it, 2 years ago that they were 30 films in and they were down, or 15 films in, they were down $30 billion. I mean, what's it at now? I mean, we're talking about to the point where Star Wars could arguably be sold to someone else because of how badly damaged how much they've damaged this IP. Marvel could get sold to somebody else because of how badly they're damaging these IPs. So if they're all about money and they're not making any money, then obviously something's driving them to keep on this path, and they're not willing to fire anybody. They're not willing to change leadership. I mean, they went from Bob Iger to that one guy, back to Bob Iger, and it was like, you
But
guys
they're
just
trying to get rid of Kathleen.
Well, people want to get
People
rid of
saying
them.
that forever.
Disney never did. I mean, they
so
never moved anything to
the
close to
movies
them.
the movies they filmed stuff in the UK, they filed the tax credits back, and then they show the actual budget of what they actually cost to make the movie. Now, keep in mind, these traits could be wrong, but I remember going over that, at least in a video. I remember that's what it came to, but I'll be honest here, even if the reported budgets are real, based off the marketing itself, it's like, I don't think that made you enough money, honestly. Keep in mind, I could be wrong, but debatably, I'm never wong because I'm good looking, hot, and rich, as you know.
None of those are true.
Lies from the People's Court.
Just to kind of white knight a little bit of what Disney's doing. Sadly,
God.
They did this all in. Well, okay, if I guess I'm white knighting, I can go ahead and white knight for real. Yeah, sadly,
Gray Kennedy going on here. Let's go.
They had this kind of like all in on the Disney Plus thing, which is really. I mean, looking back at it, who thought that they would make a whole bunch of money from a streaming service? Which streaming service actually makes money? But when you look at like all the Star Wars things, the last movie they released, that has to be Rogue One, right? So now they've got the Mandalorian and Grogu thing that's actually going to be out.
Rise of
Rise of the Skywalker was the last
Rise
one.
of Skywalker. Yeah, you're right. So I don't know. Those seem to still be somewhat. They seem to make money, but man, have they killed a lot of the goodwill towards the actual IP. But the money comes from what they've released in cinema, and they have not done that for anything. I think the real tell on whether or not Star Wars is in a lot of trouble is if this Mandalorian Grogu thing doesn't do any business whatsoever. I think they're out. But as of right now, again, like the only thing they're making money on is movies, and they're not making them. Like they put all in for the last 5 years on these shows, and for what? They basically remade half of them in movie form.
The shows were a bad gamble. Yeah.
And
here's Marvel's television slate. WandaVision, horrible. That's not a good show. Falcon Winter Soldier,
it was good.
In my opinion, debatably the best one because we got John Walker and we got John Walker killing a terrorist. You know, Loki's. Yeah, I'd never watch that ever again.
Loki literally
aesthetic was cool.
It looked okay until you thought about what the actual show did towards everything, and it took free will away from all the characters. That's literally what it did.
Loki,
Kang was like, I wrote it all. Like Kang was like, I wrote this. And so it was like
Kang apparently wrote all the events of the universe. Yeah,
exactly. So once he does that, he takes away free will from every character and eliminates all their choices. And like, so I mean, it's way better to not watch Loki. It's better to not watch
Alligator Loki though.
So
Loki Gator, come on.
Kang basically,
totally worth it to ruin. Right? I don't know, 20 years or 15 years of movies. Yes,
yeah, because
for an alligator Loki.
The big reveal of Loki was like, hey, we have Kang, and then Kang's like, oh, I did all these things to manipulate people. So Kang made Iron Man snap his fingers to kill himself. What the fuck?
Technically,
no.
Instead of Thunderbolts, we were supposed to have.
That's what he said. That's what he implied when he said that he wrote it all.
Pieces, he wrote.
He was keeping the main timeline as the only timeline, and then when Loki,
and then he can correct the timelines. So even if it didn't go his way, he can just find the other timeline that he is correct in, and that's the timeline that we're given to us.
If we're being honest here,
no, it was terribly written, and I don't think they realized the damage that they actually did to it.
Parts of it were kind of terribly written, but parts of it really seemed to work. And there's some really cool aesthetic things that they did. I understand. Is it all worth it for that? Probably not. But it's not the worst that they did. I still put that one on a higher tier of their TV shows for me personally. I mean, when you look at like the next ones to come out, like What If, Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk.
That was just in
man, those are all such a tier below that.
I also want to add into context to this too. Because remember, with Phase 4, after like Far From Home made them another $1 billion, they were like, "You need more MCU." They thought more MCU was better, and this was the idea to like give characters that really couldn't probably hold movies on their own a series to kind of flesh them out. That idea was terrible. All these, I think, these are the problems. Reason why people have issue with Marvel. Look at all this. And this is all well. Look at all this.
They also had to completely change the plan, though. Like, so instead of Thunderbolts, we were supposed to have Kang Dynasty. And
I remember
just,
that,
man, everything had to change. So I don't know.
You mean
We're in a
chains?
yeah.
I'm curious
I
if it would
mean,
have been better or worse than what we're about to get. Like,
I couldn't
I'm
tell
just
you
telling
with
Crazy.
Hawkeye, Moon Knight, Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk.
Oh,
I'm not sure if it's going to be that
seems like
quality.
it might have been worse. Yeah.
Yeah, it might have been.
Hawkeye, like, oh my god, what if, I will say this for what if had single-handedly some of the best episodes in all of these, but the outside
Dude,
of
that
the
zombie episode was awesome.
yeah, so like 2 or 3 episodes, really well done. Outside of those 3 episodes, horrible. Actually, Hawkeye, Kate Bishop beating King. Guys, Kingpin can throw Spider-Man through brick wall, and it hurts him. I'm supposed to believe Haley Steinfeld, Kate Bishop can fight him? Get the fuck out of here.
Okay,
That's just
but
terrible.
they were at the Rockefeller Center at Christmas time.
man.
Come on.
She could have had sex with Yelena. I felt some lesbian tension there with Yelena. I wanted Yelena to start eating her out. That's just me because I'm a sick degenerate like that. Moon Knight.
I'm sure that's what was in the plot line for Disney Plus show was that happening.
This was trap. Moon Knight.
It was on their whiteboard.
It could have been cool. I mean, they had some really good actors in there. It could have been cool. I wish Moon Knight had been executed differently.
Miss Marvel didn't start out terrible. First episodes are not that bad. The rest of it is
Out of all of these, the one that you're defending is Miss Marvel?
but this one has the worst villain by far. This one has the worst villain by far.
I'm not defending any of these shows. I can't.
This is definitively the
I have
worst
nothing
one.
but bad things to say about all these shows.
I actually quit watching. I quit watching because of this show. I got to episode 6 and I was like, "This is actually trash."
I only made it to episode 2 on that one.
Really?
Holy!
Wait! You didn't even get to see the Megan Thee Stallion cameo?
No, and thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, they had a monkey in the.
Hey, what's your axe? I'll send it to you right now.
I'm gonna block you.
I'm about to ruin your night.
Never forget the first episode where she's yelling at Bruce because she has so much problems and she.
That's why I stopped watching the show when she yelled at Bruce about how much being a woman was so much harder than being a gamma radiated rage monster who lost control, lost his entire life
to the point where he tried to actually eat a bullet.
Yeah, he was
that must have been so hard on you. Like,
well, he wouldn't get it. I mean,
must be so much worse being just a woman in general. Wow, what a concept!
Oh no, she got catcalled once. Oh god.
Oh no! All
so
men
the
are bad.
one that I don't think anyone
Random
can
hot
defend
dudes
is
at
that Secret
construction
Invasion
sites
one.
that try to hit
Oh,
on me.
no.
It's so hard out here. Oh my god!
No, even Shills
Shut
can't
up,
defend
dumb
Secret
bitch.
Invasion. Even people being paid by Disney couldn't defend.
Do you remember the executive producer on this show basically said, "Yeah, we kind of just like rushed the entire thing and we didn't really have time to do anything good."
No shit. Their credits were AI art. Like, how hard would that be to do?
The director, that Kyle Bradstreet guy, said he was writing episodes as they were filming them.
I don't know, man. I can't afford all the AI programs I want. They're like $15 to $20 each. So I mean, it would
Isn't that
cost
what
you
they did?
like $100 to $150. And I mean, that's clearly outside of the budget. Like, you can't be doing that. You can't.
Isn't that what they did on, like,
Not on a Marvel.
$100 to do your AI stuff for.
They did that shit on like Scream 3. Like the fucking movie had so much production problems. They were writing the script as they went along, and it still ended up not good. But if a producer
But
or
Jay
a
and
writer,
Silent Bob had a cameo. I mean, come on.
Carrie Fisher had one too. But I will say, like, if a writer, producer, or executive literally says we're writing it as we're going along, that shit's always like, that's never a good thing. That usually ends up being some trash.
Well, I don't know, man. That's kind of what they were doing for like a few of the famous ones, like Iron Man. They were kind of writing it on set. It can work, but you need to have the right people in the right place, and I don't think they did.
Who watched Loki season 2? I don't think any of us. I know I
did. There's some decent character development, as the chat's saying. It looks like WZ and Walter both also enjoyed Loki season 2.
But his story's not finished, Walter. He's coming back. Isn't he in Doomsday? He said he was going to be. I'm pretty sure he's going to be in Doomsday. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's casted in Doomsday.
Pretty sure I have a revolver I nicknamed Loki season 2, just in case they ever make a Loki season 3. But all right,
All right. I don't think anyone cared
just
about.
to get real dark in here.
Fuck. I'm getting.
I don't think I watched any of What If 3. I think there was like a couple episodes of What If 2 that were all right, but yeah, that one fell off.
I was so
pretty
checked
hard for
out.
me.
I think that it's just not even the fact that I think What If I stand by. What If season 1 had some of the best episodes they've ever did. That Doctor Strange one was really good, but the animation is cheap, sloppy. Just I can't look at it. It's ugly. It feels like it's very Echo.
It led to X-Men 97 though, which was amazing. The What If animation. Supposedly it's the same generator that they were able to use for X-Men 97. So I will
there
I will
go.
get behind
Actually,
the What If.
X-Men 97 was one of the better things to be produced in a long time.
Oh yeah,
part of this.
It was probably one of the, if not the best thing that Disney Marvel has done. Yeah.
I will die on the Agatha Hill. I understand it's not for everybody, but man, I really enjoyed that show way more than I think I should have.
How much is Kevin Feige?
Not enough. They can't pay me enough.
Dude, they Kaiser Soze the shit out of like episode 7 or 8 or whatever it was, and that but they did it. And
it shows you that all the criticism, people just didn't watch the season to figure out like what they're calling bad acting. It's like, yes, that was a character intentionally acting bad.
It was so stupid.
I like it, man. For me, it worked out so well. I was way over the cape shit, so I wanted to see the witch shit. Hey, if it's just for me, they did great. I'm going to give it like an 8.
Well, keep in mind this.
Damn,
they have to promote this show. You remember for Agatha,
Catherine Hahn.
We had an ASMR.
I might have
stream.
an extra revolver for you, sir.
Jesus Christ.
Got one for the both of us.
Remember for Agatha all along, they had an ASMR stream of the main lady in the show licking knives. Like Marvel, I know you're at a low point right now, and I know you're down bad, but Marvel literally put out ASMR content of her licking knives for hours. You're welcome. How's that not desperate? They have to do ASMR content.
Hey, do you think it's just shares? Come on,
that
dude.
was horrible. They let
MSK is just mad because when he put out like a 8-hour video of him licking knives and there was way too much peanut butter on him, they were just surprised he didn't have a dog to spread the peanut butter around.
Okay,
so they were like, dude, how are you just eating this jar on your own? And then
you have some crazy fantasies. Let's just say that. No one watches.
Just saying.
Speaking the truth, like you deleted that video, but I might have saved it.
The internet never forgets, MSK. I'm just saying, I will take Agatha over Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. I couldn't finish that show. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't get into it.
Look, for Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, you just need to watch episode 1 and then watch 9 and 10. You can skip all the other episodes, and you'll get the whole story in 3 freaking episodes. So it's like a 1-hour thing if you just watch those 3. And with that being said, like those were relatively decent, and there was actually some good like animation and stuff that like you can clearly tell that's where they use the money for, because there's all the other episodes are fucking god awful. They're so bad.
Animation is ugly. The trailer was bad.
It's terrible. Watch those 3 episodes, 9 and 10, and like you'll be like, holy shit! Like they picked up the animation, like they scaled it up.
They did the meme for Norman Osborn.
The show looked better.
N-word myself. They made Norman black. It's the something of an.
Oh, they totally did that. Yeah, they absolutely did that.
Based. Daredevil, man. I had some hope for Daredevil, and man, did that let me down. There's like moments that like, okay, this could be good.
You can watch episode 1, and then you can watch 8 and 9 of that, and you can get the whole season with just those 3 episodes. You don't need to watch the other.
Remember, this was the show that
you can watch the one Punisher
it.
episode where he's in there for like 2 minutes talking.
Man,
and then other than that, you can watch just those 3 episodes, and you'll be fine.
No,
you don't need to
a villain as cool as Muse, man, they did that character so dirty. Like it sucks. They could have done something amazing.
Remember,
scenes
this
and
was
that's
the
whole thing.
show that Kevin Feige went in and dismantled the 4 episodes that we never saw because he was like, "This is not good." And then we got this, and apparently, a lot of people were like, "I don't think I like this." It's like even when
most of the
Kevin
courtroom
Feige,
stuff is
Yeah.
still from that first
Okay.
whatever version of it. So there's only certain scenes that come in, like all the Frank Castle stuff, but you're still getting a good portion of what that
Are you guys
first one
hyped for
was that wasn't
Ironheart?
good enough.
Oh,
No.
and stop the madness, guys. We have Ironheart coming here to say the tagline of this. Remember on the posters where it's smarter than Tony Stark.
I mean,
FFs, just give up, Marvel, please.
You don't have the
Stop.
clip. You don't have the awesome clip. Black Girl Magic. That's what you need right now.
What is their Phase 6 TV shows? They have Eyes
Marvel
of Wakanda.
Zombies.
This has to be getting canceled. We've seen nothing about this. Marvel Zombies. This is rated R, so this might actually not.
It could be
that
cool,
bad.
man. They're releasing it in October. It could be an awesome thing. That was one of my favorite episodes of What If. I'm holding out a tiny bit of hope, but
Is it all animated?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that horrible animation from What If. Please fucking murder me. No one.
I
Wonder
have
Man.
no idea about Wonder Man. Like, it is such a weird idea that they're doing on that. I don't know. It could be okay.
Born Again Season 2 is March 2026. Vision Quest, and yeah, so those are your 3 shows for next year. But like, look at that lineup.
But Vision Quest, man. We're gonna get the trilogy. We had Wanda, then we had Agatha. Now we get Vision Quest. It's all gonna lead to Tommy. It's gonna be great.
Hate life. Season 3 of this.
I can't wait to not watch half of these. But even though now that I'm doing this YouTube stuff, I'm gonna get talked into it by somebody somewhere, and I'll be like, I guess I'm watching it.
You're not hyper. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man seasons 2 and 3. What?
Well,
Prime Disney over here.
Maybe I need a third pistol. I'm like, no, I'm just
That's how I felt watching She-Hulk.
I'll go into the river that everyone said that they lost their guns in, and then I might recover some interesting artifacts.
But hold on, guys.
Hopefully they still work.
DC, they got a Clayface movie coming. That's really gonna change some
Dude,
people.
That'll definitely.
We'll definitely get some heads turning.
I'm into it. So I thought Creature Commandos, there's no way I'm going to be into that. And somehow he got me interested in the way that they kind of played with Clayface there. Man, I could be really interested in this. I'm kind of excited to see what they're going to do with the horror movie version of Clayface.
I think if James Gunn were like when he took over WB and then or Warner Studios, whatever, to do the DC stuff, if he would have taken it over and been like, look, I have somebody else doing Superman, but I'm going to do Clayface. Like, he has a background in horror, like he has that from the Trauma stuff. He has that from Slither. And I would have been like, I think I would have been way more excited than I am for I still want Superman to be good. I really do. But because he's doing it and all the different things that are coming out about it, I'm getting less and less hopeful. I'm not going to lie. But if it came out that he was doing Clayface, I would have been way more on board. I'd been like, okay, that's an interesting choice. And he does like obscure characters very well, and that would have been a good one, especially with his background. But
I think Clayface will make more money than Thunderbolts and Brave New World. I mean. This is. I think
going to be a high bar.
They're going to make Clayface for $50 to $60 million, and I think it'll be a $300 to $400 million movie. I think it's going to be because it's a rated R.
You mean it'll make more money in general? It's not gonna make more box office money.
No, not overall. I think it'll be like one of those $300 million horror films, but I think they're going to make it for like
I could see that happening. Yeah, I could see that.
It's supposed to be more of a grittier horror film. So that's one thing I like about Clayface is that horror films have their niche, they have their audience. It's not unusual for a horror film to get $200-300 million. And if they can do that for $50 million, I think you have yourself a financial success with Clayface. Much more than I would say that. Like, I think Thunderbolts is going to lose money, and so is Brave New World. But I think Clayface has a chance to making cash. But I agree with you, though. I much rather would have watched the James Gunn Clayface I don't even know who's directing.
whoever's directing it. Yeah, I don't know either. But it's like if I heard James Gunn was directing Clayface, I would have been more excited for it.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, okay, cool. Like this guy has a background in this kind of stuff. And then whoever was doing Superman, maybe they could have found a I don't know what director is doing like hopeful stuff lately. Like I can't even really think of one because they just don't exist.
I think James Gunn. I don't know. I got hopes for it because I think he could pull off that wholesome hopefulness.
It's all the marketing that's going on around it. Like the marketing is terrible. The marketing is really bad. And then the other thing about it is because he keeps putting his name at the forefront of everything, it just seems like narcissism on display. Like he's just like James Gunn, directed by James Gunn.
I hear what you're saying.
And in case you didn't know,
why he did Clayface.
It's also going to have James Gunn directing it, and he's also going to be behind the camera. And you're like, okay, we get it, James Gunn. You're there. We understand. You're the
well,
head
this is still a step down from Snyder. I mean, I'm just saying, like Snyder was cinematographer, producer, director, writer.
Yeah, but he can't write
for
shit. He can't write for shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Snyder
He's at least taking a step back. He's just writing, producing, and directing. No cinematography from him. But I'm kind of excited. James Watkins is the guy who's going to be directing the Clayface movie. He just did Speak No Evil last year, and then he's done a few Black Mirror episodes, or one of them that I dug, and like Woman in Black. He's done a couple other
James Wan. Is he the one that did Aquaman, or who?
No,
it's James Watkins.
Watkins. Okay.
Yeah, you probably haven't heard much about this dude. He's done like 7 films, but yeah, Speak No Evil was his last one. The remake with what's his fuck?
James McAvoy. Yeah,
McAvoy. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, the BT.
Did Speak
McAvoy
No Evil or Talk to Me, or did he do both?
I don't think he did Talk to Me.
I thought you said Talk to Me because I know that's actually like a couple YouTuber like brothers or something.
Speak No Evil, and he did an episode of Black Mirror in 2016, which was kind of cool. And then Woman in Black. I don't know if you remember that one from like 13 years ago.
That was from the big horror craze when a bunch of horror films were coming out all in a row.
Yeah, it kind of got lost in the mix. If I remember right, it's got like Daniel Radcliffe in it or something. But yeah, anyway, I'm still excited for that one. I think it could be cool, and it isn't everything is just coming up Snyder like they were doing before. He is willing to bring in a couple different people to do some of these flicks. So I don't know. For me, I'm kind of excited about it. Also, what's his name? Supposedly for Swamp Thing that keeps getting maybe nodded.
I don't know. A friend of mine hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to see a movie called Friendship this weekend?" I've never even heard of this. Is it a horror movie?
Want to see that one so bad. Sort of. So it's a dark comedy. So it's got Paul Rudd and what the hell is I Wish You Would Leave dude, Tim Robinson. It looks kind of fun. So yeah, it looks kind of like an A24 type dark comedy. I want to see it. I've heard some good things about it, and then the last thing I heard was like it's not as funny as you want it to be. So I hope it's good. But
I've never heard of it until he just hit me up about it. So I'm like, I guess I'm going to go see.
I would take him up on it.
Sounds like I'm seeing it on Sunday, and then I'm going to see whatever bigger movie releases this weekend. I think it's Final Destination. I think that the new Final Destination comes out. Yeah. So I'll probably go see that.
Oh wait, that's the 16th. I think that's
tomorrow.
2 weeks. I think this one is Fight or Flight.
Okay. Well, I'll see. I got to just check the AMC app and figure it out. See what's up. Dude, even when you look at Now Playing, Thunderbolts actually has New Avengers as their title card.
Yeah,
so
they officially
give away that part.
Well, like there's kind of nothing coming out this weekend. So there's like 2 of them. One of them is Fight or Flight, and then one of them's now I can't even remember the other one. I think they're going to win this weekend, and with a little bit of buzz, and then the New Avengers. I think it's kind of a smart marketing move. I think they're going to own the weekend as well.
Shadow Force, some movie called Skies, or Watch the Skies.
I've got to take off MSK. I got to go pick up my brother. So always a pleasure. Love hanging out with you guys, and I will talk.
Yeah, we should be on for tomorrow. I'll let you know what we're going to review if we are. Okay.
Hit me up, man.
Absolutely, man. Good to talk to you again, man.
Always a pleasure.
You're the man, Warren.
Have a good night,
dude. Have a good night, man.
But yeah,
Apparently,
so I think it's kind of the only thing this weekend is Thunderbolts again, or excuse me, New Avengers. But
New Avengers,
the
and
fact that
then
they actually had
Friendship, I guess.
the fact that they actually had the actors there, like ripping off the whatever Thunderbolts thing to reveal New Avengers. I don't think this is like the emancipation of Harley Quinn or whatever that film, that long title that they switched to Birds of Prey is. It seems like this is a marketing thing, and they're
Like
really trying
the
to push
movie,
for it.
the movie, it's fine. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay at best. It's not something that, like I said, I can't sit there. I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to be like, hey, go see it. You absolutely have to see it in theaters. I don't think it's like I don't think it's a movie you need to see in theaters. That it's not like the
For
music cues are amazing. Like the scenes are going to be like mind blowing. It's just it's like regular movie number 3 in the theater right now. It just happens to be the only one that's probably in IMAX next to you. Like, that's it.
It's kind of what these movies have been this year, aside from Sinners,
much.
which hell yeah, I'm glad that one's getting it's maintaining number 2.
here's another
But
big
hey, Vision
bombshell.
Quest.
Vision Quest will reportedly be the last MCU show to feature major characters from the films.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're not going to make money doing that. You got to pay a lot of money to have these major actors. So why would you continue going to Disney Plus with it?
Yeah, and people got to keep in mind these shows are not even in like, I guess people consider Nelson top 10 rankings actually anymore. It's like people have really, really checked out of Disney, MCU, and Star Wars shows as far as like hoping they're
But that
gonna
was
be
before
very good.
Mayo Vision. Mayo Vision, though, like, come on, that's going to draw in the crowds. Everyone wants to see White Vision.
God, man. Jeez. I mean, nothing could be worse than The Last of Us. Did you see the clip from The Last of Us where the chick was like, I'm going to be a dad? It's like, someone got paid a lot of money to write that. Someone got paid 6 figures to write that. And it was actually said by someone on a show, in a TV show that was produced by HBO, and HBO is known for quality.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair for you to take one line. Like, if we're literally doing that, like, what are you talking about? Like, you love to suck the bone or the meat off the bone is your line from this episode, MSK. I'm not going to
watched, like,
defend
the
it.
first
It is the
episode.
worst line of that entire show.
I mean,
I
that
don't
might
know.
have
I
been
thought they had
something that I
corrected, like, with
quoted
the
him on, but he
I thought they
actually didn't say
corrected
it.
with the bigot sandwich thing, but man, I don't know. It's weird because I get elements of changing it from what people were criticizing the game for, but then they have things like that, like I'm going to be the father. It's like, that was a choice.
I will say, I did watch episode 1 of The Last of Us. I didn't play the games, but episode 1 was it was fine. I didn't hate it, but it didn't grab me the same way like The Walking Dead did. And I was like, I'll pass on watching the rest of these episodes. Honestly, man, there's so many hot girls on Instagram. Oh my god, Sydney Sweeney is single. Oh wow.
Yeah, but she's into MGK now, so
You guys think I got a chance?
probably not.
Wow. Like maybe Sydney Sweeney would want to have sex with me, like to try out a black guy kind of thing.
Not if there is any hope in this world. It would be a sign of the end times.
Like if that were to happen, there might be a 4th pistol involved. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep adding to the arsenal.
Yeah, I mean, definitely add an extra clip if that happens.
I haven't seen this girl in forever. Man, this girl probably misses me. I should hit her up and see what it tastes like. I don't know. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here in a little bit. We had a great show tonight. Obviously, I have all you clout chasing fucks coming over is always fun. It was said tongue in cheek, which you would know if you watch. I don't care. That's just horrible dialogue.
Yeah,
I could give.
it was, but it's not a great line. I thought they were gonna take stuff like that out when they took out Bigot Sandwich, but good times. Unless you were talking about on MSK show when we were talking about him sucking the meat off the bone, and I stopped paying attention to the MSK show.
If anyone is a fan of Brett Cooper, she's pregnant. So all you guys lost your chances, Even a person like me, I lost my chance,
Not necessarily.
I mean, you could just say she's ruined. I mean, Jesus, no, I'm kidding.
Yeah, their meat's already going to be fucking blown out, actually,
You guys had Arby's lately. You're about to see it.
Hey, I've had sex with a lot of girls, so I know how it feels, but goddamn.
Again, MSK, you don't got to lie to kick it, man. It's all good.
Bigot Sandwich is Master Kino. Yeah, I profess being alive and good looking. Have you been paying attention?
Nobody knows what MSK is talking about. And if you're talking about me, I don't know. I quit paying attention to what MSK was saying. I kind of lost it.
You tuning me out?
I'm trying to. It's tough.
Oh, do you know?
John Johnson is wondering what we're talking about, and then he says, "Popping into the show with you talking about pregnant Brett Cooper when the title is Marketside Fresh Organic Bananas." I didn't even realize what the title of the show was. I just saw that you were live, and I was like, "Hey man, shoot me a link. Shoot me the invite, man. I'll come on here and just shoot the shit with you guys." But I didn't even realize what the name of the chat or the name of the show was. But
sadly, I don't think MSK did.
To be fair, even reading that, I still don't know what that means.
I think he looks at flyers from his local grocery store for titles now. I'm not sure, but I know that he is
like a schizophrenic thing, and he just slaps at his keyboard for a second, and then whatever Google auto translates is whatever his title is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Actually, that explains a lot.
Huh. It probably would. Yeah, it's I slam my forehead into my keys here, and now it says apparently we're talking about bananas, and then we're talking about Marvel. That's just what happened.
I'm just saying,
Wait, we didn't make your standalone bananas video though, right? Isn't that what you usually do? Is you clip out the video of the title? So have we done the bananas video yet?
I mean, do you deep throat them?
Me personally, no. I like banana bread. That's usually my banana intake.
The only other movie I'm really looking forward to is that movie Ballerina. I think Ana de Armas will do a good job on that. I'll go see that.
The one that's set in the John Wick universe. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like it's a girl boss thing. It's just going to be a fun action movie.
What's her name? Ana de Armas or whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She should be on my arm because she's, man, I would have a lot.
Because her name is Armas?
Good Lord. If people saw her in Deep Water, that girl's a fucking freak. I would love to lick her fucking butthole if I was allowed. I like to scope the top.
I'm going to pretend I didn't hear any of the last 1 minute of conversation that just happened. But
hey, that's how I experience the show usually. It's okay, and I'm going to forget that.
You're I just blanked out for 2 hours, but apparently I was here.
Got committed to short-term memory. Yeah, there's a couple of good films coming out. I can't wait for 28 Years Later. That one actually looks pretty awesome, and The Running Man, I think it's the one
that has easily. 28 Years Later has easily the best trailer in a very, very long time. That trailer is fucking fantastic. I can rewatch that all the time. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, when this is done, I don't know. I might give it a few minutes and relax, or go watch an episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and then probably start up an episode or start up a stream of Expedition 33. Because that game is a lot of fun. I've been having a good time with it. So we'll see what happens.
Amaranth's content on YouTube because I'm a degenerate, honestly.
Yeah, for what, 38 seconds? Is that what it is?
Do they show enough of her husband for you to, enjoy that show, MSK?
For me personally, I don't watch for her husband, honestly, but I heard she's
whenever the husband comes around too early, he just busts too early, and now he can't finish the rest of the content. So
I'm not a cuck. Oh my god.
That's yet to be determined. But
What does she do? I don't know. I don't watch her content anymore. I have standards.
I don't know what half of those streamers do, and
remember she had a video
I'm
basically saying
interested
that
even
her
less.
husband was treating her like shit, and then dogged him out in front of like thousands of people, and
I
then
heard
needed
about
that guy to
that.
save her. And then she got home invaded, and she needed her husband to save her. That's crazy. That's the same guy. I remember her dogging out in front of millions of people, claiming that he was abusing her and he's a piece of shit and all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you needed that.
I don't need no
husband in
man
your-
until all of a sudden I need a man. I'm like, wow, what a concept. That's crazy.
That
Ladies,
phrase gets said on MSK's show a lot.
Yeah, her channel's gone. I think YouTube deleted her channel.
Based.
That's crazy.
I mean, you still have your OnlyFans subscription, right? So you've been able to
To
keep
be
up,
fair,
even
more
though-
likely, look, it's MSK. He probably just spelt it wrong.
Ah,
They just-
that's true. Hey, can you
Like-
spell Amaranth really quick?
The only channel she has now is her ASMR one. That's it. Every other channel is gone.
Oh, no more tub streams? Come on.
No, she had like these triathons on, and I would watch them for like, research purposes.
Yes, research. And
I'm just pointing out.
Do you mean you're researching which outfits to buy?
I mean, I do not simp anymore. I retired from women, and I'm having a good time, honestly.
A gay old time?
No. That's just automatically mean I sleep with dudes.
No, I meant like the Flintstones. You know.
What? Who's Fred's friend's wife? I forgot her name.
Barney and Betty? Betty
Yeah.
White?
You guys
Barney.
think Fred banged Betty?
Probably not. It was a different time.
Amaranth is probably the only 3-syllable word he can spell from memory. You're so smart. Yep, you took English courses in school. Congratulations. All right. We had a great show tonight. I went straight into this one after the Savage Dad one, but it's
he ended up gay at the end. He started going straight into it, and then he ended up gay towards the end.
Mhm. Kind of veered off there.
No, I am.
No, I didn't do that. My name's not MSK. I didn't do that, silly. What are you talking about?
I am
No.
straight. I am straight as hell. I literally would love if a girl sat on my face. Just saying that.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Mm.
See you later, Emily.
Bye, Emily. I heard this MSK guy is good looking, hot, and rich, and he definitely gets all the ladies. I heard, allegedly.
It's been alleged.
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
So what's the show going to be about tomorrow, MSK? You've
I
already covered the main ones, the market fresh organic bananas. So where do we go from here?
mean, I should have, depending if it's canceled, I should have a one-on-one with Know Me Without You, and then the Cloud9 podcast with me and Chaz, and then maybe me, if I'm not too tired, me and Warren have our show. But other than that, Friday, I have the show with me and Warren. We might just review some comic books or something. I don't know. I might go see Sinners on Saturday. If I go see Sinners Saturday, then we'll do the open spoiler discussion for it on Monday, actually. But then again, me supporting a black person, woo! I don't know.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. I'm
heard
just
Haley
assuming you
Steinfeld.
won't.
I heard Haley Steinfeld was getting it on with black dudes. I heard she liked her chocolate now. It's good. It's nice that she came over to our side of the world. A lot of women do, and they get very satisfied. And I know how to satisfy women. So, starting with Sci-Fax, anything you want to shout out? Anything you want to let the audience know you're working on before we head out?
Tomorrow I'll be on Fan Rant Thursday with Hold My DualShock at 6:30 Mountain Time, I guess, or whatever, like Central Time. And other than that, I'm going to see a movie this weekend. I'll do a review on that. I've been doing random streams. Like I'll probably actually do a stream later tonight, maybe an hour from now. I'm going to go watch a couple like episodes of Always Sunny, just I don't know, clear the palate and like get my head write, and then or like I don't know, try to be funny, and then I'll go ahead and load up the game, and then go from there. Other than that, I don't know. I just do things on the fly, so we'll see what happens.
I hear what you're saying, though. You got to shake the MSK off. You can't just go straight from this into actually doing quality content. You really do have to remove all that MSK from you.
Yes, that's definitely what's happening.
But yeah, I got nothing going on my channel for the near future. This month I am launching my new show. Next week I should have some graphics and should be able to talk about it a little bit more, but expect content on my channel soon. Other than that, if you just can't get enough of me, tomorrow, what is it? 8 p.m. Pacific time. I guess that makes it like midnight Eastern time. The Thinkers on That Darn Kidda's channel. That's YouTube at That Darn Kidda. It's people from like 4 different countries getting together, disagreeing about everything, usually leaving amicably, except for the last few weeks. But tomorrow we happen to be talking about grifters. What is a grifter? And we're also going over Hassan versus Ethan. So if any of that sounds fun to you, go over to YouTube at That Darn Kidda tomorrow night. But that's all I got going on. MSK, end this shit.
All right. Any shows besides the one with Kiddith? I don't think are you supposed to have the collaboration with Labs Comic Fan, but I forbid that because I can't allow 2 huge cloud chasers to start forming like the Avengers. You know, we're like the Justice League here.
There's a new show. I got a couple episodes in the can, but yeah.
All the way in the can?
All the way in the can. Still working on getting like music and graphics and stuff. So yeah, expect it soon. It will launch in May.
Yeah, I haven't Kiddith. I have to have her on soon again. She has just so many things. I told
she's got good taste, so I don't think she'll be back.
I told her to diagram my sex life, and she said she'd do it.
But how do you diagram nothing?
I told her to diagram one of these shows. Free cloud, honestly. Probably should go over the one where we like are just shitting on women. That's probably a good one for her audience to have. For me personally, shows Thursday, shows Friday. If I don't go see Sinners Saturday, I'll just do a game stream if I just want to stay home. But maybe I'll just go out and go see Sinners. I don't know. Sunday, Cloud9 podcast, and yeah, Monday we just started up again. So yeah, it's been really good talking to you clout chasing bastards, but I do have to head out and go sleep with a woman because I'm not a virginless loser nerd like all the rest of you guys.
Liar.
Wait.
Sorry,
you're not
that just came out of nowhere. Sorry, that just came out. Liar. That just came out of nowhere.
God,
I have no idea what's happening. It's Tourette's or something.
God,
Truth.
I'm like, yeah. So thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show, and we'll see you guys later. Have a good night, everybody.